All right. Let's get her going. Every time. Alrighty. Excuse me. Welcome in. You're gonna have a breakdown. Nice reference. Part 4, my favorite part. We're gonna check out before we get into Ghost of Tsushima, because I know that's today. Ooh, Doppel. Thanks for the 55 stream streak. Job tells me on training hour, so I'm here for the stream. Perfect. E9S Phase 1, Party Finder Hell. Ah. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, welcome in, folks. We're gonna check out... Oh, 12. Okay. That makes more sense, because I thought you did 9 already. We're gonna check out the Dawntrail Job Actions trailer. It came out yesterday, and I decided to not watch it immediately, and I wanted to watch it on stream and talk about it there. So, we're gonna do that first. We're gonna talk about that for a little bit, and then once that's done, we're gonna go on to Ghost of Tsushima. And we're gonna start that up, which I'm very excited for. I played, the first hour or so, just to make sure everything ran correctly, because people were reporting problems, but buttery smooth for me, so... We should be good. Alright. Let's make this full screen. Alright, let's check it out. I'm especially interested to see what Astrologian looks like. Yeah, the 14 watch along. Astrologian, because it's my favorite healer currently, and it's getting reworked with Dawntrail. I'm also interested to see what they do with Dragoon, how Dragoon looks, because that's also getting reworked. Even though I care significantly less about Dragoon. Alright, let's take a look here. Oop. Make sure that's on. Pop that. Alright, let's take a look. First one is... This is a really nice trailer already. Song slaps. I'm super excited for the Dawntrail OST because it sounds really good already. There's the Viper LB3. Dragoon loses its backflip. Crazy. Riots in the streets. Oh, we're starting with Dragoon. All right, let's check it out. What do you got? Okay, jump. Fairly straightforward. Okay, interesting that I'm seeing a lot of moves I recognize, but I'm not seeing the gauge go up. So that's going to go up in a different way now, I guess. Ooh, that's cool as hell. Okay, now it's up. That I don't know what that was. Before it went up on jumps, now it's kind of like a slash. Okay, that's Gear Skogul, I think. Yeah, okay, so that's the same. Ah, okay, that's the charge spender there. That's Stardiver, okay. Oh my god! They upgrade Stardiver? Is it a two-parter now? That's sick. Okay. I'll probably have to watch that again to figure out how exactly that worked. Paladin I know, let's see. How is this different? What did they add? They had a 5th sword combo? Okay, that's the same. God, this music slaps. That's Goring Blade, right? That's Clemency. Whoa, what was that? That was cool. There's, something of art, Passage of Arms. Here's the sword combo. Still sick as hell. They did add a 5th one. I fucking called it. Oh, that's funny. Dope, though. I'm down for it. I can't believe they actually added a 5th one. That's gonna fuck up the rotation. That's, That's gonna cause some issues. We'll see. Unless it's like a OGCD, maybe. Could be something else. Might not be a direct combo. Oh, there's saw blades. We know that one. Monkey flip, right? Whoa! Oh, they get a big, like, buster axe? Like, it's bigger and they just slam it down. That's cool. Ah, Strologe. Oh my god, what the fuck is that gauge? Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so it looks like you're still buffing the party members with the cards. But you do draw like a full hand? Are we getting like even more Yu-Gi-Oh? That is the heals. That's pretty much the same. Oh yeah, you draw everything at once. Oh, that's super interesting. So it looks like it's mostly the same. The biggest difference is that you draw a full hand at once. And then you decide what to play where. That actually is really nice. And that fixes a lot of problems with this Astrologian. Because the biggest problem was the actions per minute. You constantly had to be switching and drawing and playing. Because you could only hold one card at a time. Getting a full hand makes that way nicer. Interesting. I can't wait to see how that plays. Alright, Dancer is Dancer. Okay. These changes will affect people on free trial. If you're playing a class that gets reworked in the early levels, then it will affect you. For most of the classes, it probably won't. They might make a couple changes, but Jesus, that's cool. But Astrologian and Dragoon will most likely be affected. Alright, what the... Oh, what is this area? It's like a burned down, like, ashy forest. That's cool. Alright, Reaper, what do you got? Is that green now? What the fuck? That's illegal. It's blue and red. Everybody knows it. Unless that's just like a weird color grading thing. Okay. That's a new one. Okay. Alright, alright. God, yeah, this OST is really good so far. Alright, Red Mage, what do we got? Want a weak one clear Savage when it drops in Dawntrail? Maybe. Oh, is the gauge different? No, hang on. I was covering it with my big dumb face. No, the gauge is still the same. Alright, I don't know if they did change the color of it, if it's like an upgraded melee combo, or if it's just weird with the graphics update. Could be either. Oh, Red Mage gets an AoE combo now. It's not just spamming the same move over and over. That's cool. I have no idea how that's going to fit into my hotbar. But I'll make it work. What was that? Can't wait to see what the bullshit is the Blue Mage gets from the expansion. Unfortunately, I don't think Blue Mage is upgraded at the same time as the other classes. Don't tell me they get another combo spender. Oh my fucking god. Another! Hey, you know what? It's cool as hell, so I'm fine with it. So yeah, Blue Mage might not get updated. They usually update Blue Mage separately for like limited jobs in general. Okay, I think we know what mechanic or machinist gets. It's just gonna be like more saw blades. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what the Beastmaster is all about. I wonder if we'll see it in this. Did we upgrade the mech again? Is it bigger now? Nope. It'd be funny if it's just calling down a Gundam. I still hope they make the duration of the summon last longer now. Oh, what the fuck was that? Akmorn? Was that you? Whoa! Alright, that's cool. Hang on. It had like a little like funnel system. That was... Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, that's really cool! You get like another like drone summon and it just shits out a bunch of missiles. Oh, that's really rad. Oh, Ninja's got something new? They have a new gauge? Oh, fuck, okay. She's just Dark Knight with guns instead of armor. How does this... Oh, what the fuck? That's cool. Is that an upgrade to the gauge spender? The single target? I forget what it's called. Bahavakakra or something? Okay, you had 2, you spent 1. What did you spend it on there? Oh. Alright, more Toad Summon, that's cool. Tenchi Jin. Pretty straightforward. That's not. That's a new one. Oh, geez, okay. I'm gonna have to look at that one again. There was a lot happening there. Tenchi Jin might have a big finisher now. I think that might have been what that was. Sage looks mostly the same as far as gauge. Let's see. Sage is one of the ones I'm least familiar with. I'm literally just learning it now. That looks new. Little, one of the AoE things they did. That's Phlegma, I believe. Okay, so there's some new stuff in there, I think. Nothing too major. Black Mage! You get a bigger explosion? Why is there another character here? Oh my god, they get another gauge? Are you fucking seeing this? You gotta be kidding me! What is that now? Fucking Enochian 2? Oh no, it's got, goes up with every fire cast? Oh yeah, that's exactly what happens. I'm sorry, did they just move their ley line? Oh my god. Yes, Sage, Phlegma Balls, classic. So I assume that's going to be a giant, oh, okay, yeah. Eniglassy, Paradox, I assume it's coming. Okay, Flare generates 3. So their fire spells now get an additional charge mechanic. Yes, Black Mages do have a Tethered Other ability. And they have one that zips them back to their ley line as well. But it looks like they just added the ability to move the ley line to where they are. Which is nuts. Alright, Viper. I have no idea what's going on here. It looks cool. Hang on. Am I... Okay, no. Oh, Jesus. This gauge is weird. Hang on. I'm blocking it with my face. Let me go back and restart this so you can see. Let me move my webcam like over to the bottom right, I guess. Here's probably fine. Check out this fucking gauge. What is going on with this? I'm seeing a number, I'm seeing 3 charges, and then there's also like 2 sections of sword. And the sword can also be... The left sword can be glowing, and the right sword can be glowing? The number is changing colors as well? Oh my god. What the fuck? I'm assuming the charges, like little diamonds, are just like a little gauge spender thing. And they have a super mode, okay. Oh my god, that's rad. Are you fucking joking me? Oh, that's sick as hell. That's so cool. What the fuck? Did you see that shit? That is gonna be my new favorite melee DPS. Oh, that's so rad. Am I thinking Soul Calibur? In the newest Soul Calibur, there was someone who had dual swords. Grow, I think his name is. That's probably what you're thinking of. Blood for the Blood Lily. They have another flower on their gauge now. I don't know what the deal with that is. How does that get spent? On a big fuck you, okay. I think that's new. I don't remember that. Did White Mage always have a tether? I don't remember that one. Okay. Pretty cool. White Mage is White Mage. Oh, tell me what Monk gets. Tell me how you're gonna fuck me in this expansion again. Okay. No. Stop. Stop the presses. Stop the video. What the hell is that? What is that? White Mage did not have a tether. That's news. Okay, interesting. Am I? Hang on. I'm gonna zoom in on this a little bit. What is going on? As if Monk didn't have enough to deal with. Now it looks like we have 6 additional things we need to build? Or 3, maybe? What? Okay, let's just watch and see what happens. Let me move back because I was truly distracted by that. Yeah, 3 different punch cards. Okay, there. That's the thingy that gives you 5. That's standard. What? Oh, I think I know what's happening? And that is wild. Oh, yeah. Having one of those lit up changes your move when you're in perfect balance. Your like little combo instead of just spamming the old move. What the fuck? They get ranged options now! What the fuck? Oh, I need to watch that again as well. I'm gonna watch this whole fucking trailer again. Ah, Dark Knight. I'm not gonna play you, so it doesn't matter, but let's see. Yeah, they have 2 different ranged options, and I think they're getting a shit ton more moves. Like, animations-wise, it looks dope as fuck. I'm super excited to try it out. Monk is another one of my favorite classes. I have a lot of classes I like, but still. Okay, timer on your little summon. That's Shadowbringers, I think it's called. Yep, they do their own thing. Yep, right, copying you. Okay, they get an upgraded version of Shadowbringers. Or Shadowbringer. Hell yeah. Alright, what do you got, Bard? Yep, you still have arrows. Gauge looks the same, I'm pretty sure. Yo, the OST for this expansion is gonna be so fucking good. Everything I've heard sounds so good. This is all looking fairly standard. I'm not surprised that they're not giving Bard a bunch, because they already have a lot to deal with. That's cool. Okay. Oh, that was dope. Fucking, like, orbital laser on Bard? Okay. Ah, Summoner. Come on, baby. What do you got for me? You know I love Summoner. It's my favorite. Show me something good. Gauge is still the same. I'm blocking it with my face, but as you can see, no changes. I lied! That's a different... That's not Bahamut! Did they upgrade our boy? Alright. Whoa, 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 what the fuck was that? They upgrade... Oh, they did upgrade Energy Drain. Alright, that's not surprising. There's our boy. Go do the summons. I assume this is going to be pretty much the same. Yep. They're like, hey, you know what's up. You've seen this. You getting fucking like a Neo Bahamut now? Yeah, they're literally just skipping through this because they're like, we didn't change anything here. You know what's up. Oh! What is that? It's a Bahamut made of swords. That's sick. Hell yeah. What the fuck was that? Was that a heal? They remembered that we had Physic and they were like, ah, shit, we actually kind of want you to use this. Samurai. Alright, you have a lot of buttons already, so I can't imagine there's going to be a lot more new ones. I literally don't have room on my hotbar. This looks pretty... Oh, that's new. They upgraded the AoE. That's dope. Oh, and they have a shield now. Interesting. There's Ikishoten. That has a third hit now. Okay, cool. Fine by me. That's the same, I think. Shoha. Whoa! Oh, they finally upgraded the 3-sticker spender. Okay, I'm down for that. That's cool. New Bahamut is called Solar Bahamut. Oh. Interesting. Scholar I don't really play, so I don't know much here. Yeah, it looks like Samurai's a mitigate. Best thing for bars is that songs no longer need a target to cast. Oh, I kind of forgot they needed one in the first place. But that's dope. What the fuck? Okay, so this is Summon Seraph. We've seen this. Cool, big AoE heal, okay. Ah, Pictomancer. Alright, what do we got? Oh, that's a hell of a fucking gauge. How does this work? I'm seeing cast bars, that's good. Oh, Time and Magic DPS had one of those. Oh, interesting. So they've got like 3 slots that they can put an attack in, and then they can spend them for... They can expend them for attacks. I wonder how you fill it up. Oh shit, okay. Like quite a few combos in there. If it's random or you get to choose. I'm also seeing a gauge. I'm also seeing 5 charges. Oh, and it's filling up a little sticker stamp thing as well. In the top. And then now that you've spent them, you've got something loaded, and now you can pop it for big deeps. Oh, that's is that a little like healing field? A little support? That's cool. Yep. And there's your big nuke. Okay. Ooh, okay. What is that? I didn't even see the charges in the meter get used. Hang on, I'm gonna catch up with chat after I'm done watching this because there's a lot happening on screen. Gunbreaker still has 3 shells. That's still the same. I think that was a combo with Fated Circle that I just saw, which people predicted was going to happen, so I'm not surprised. Here's your Gnashing Fang combo. Anything different here? Nope. There's Double Down. There's whatchamacallit. That's new. What the fuck was that? They have another combo you can do now? I'm gonna watch this whole trailer again because there's so much I missed. What the fuck? That looks dope. All right, hang on. Let me catch up here. Okay, new Bahamut's called Solar Bahamut. Right. One of the biggest things they're doing to all classes is that they're trying to limit overcapping on resources. So a lot of classes that had skills that just filled the gauge just give a buff. They give access to the abilities locked to those gauges instead of giving raw gauge. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like how they did Warrior, where instead of like giving you gauges or like gauge to spend, it just let you use the Saw Blade attack, whatever the fuck that was called, like 3 times in a row just for free. So they're doing that for like every class that just gives you more gauge. There was no Beastmaster, unfortunately. Beastmaster is a limited job, so it's not going to be used in the main content. So that's probably why they didn't show it. They are set. The first canvas is rotating between creature paintings. Second one is weapon. Third is landscape. Oh, okay. Creature leads to a final creature spell. Weapon is a combo. Landscape is a buff. Got it. Just what I remember from a video talking about the keynote they had during the job action trailer. Okay. I'll have to check out that keynote. In fact, I had main ideas all sent one message instead of sending a more billion message. Are you proud of me? I am. I wish you'd do that more often. Ad break back now. Welcome back. There was no Beastmaster because it's a limited job. So it's not being used in like regular content. It's going to be the same as Blue Mage, where it's only specific stuff. We both know I won't. Well, it's a thought at least. Okay, so let's go back here. Just mute the video. I want to be skipping through here. So Dragoon is interesting because beforehand, you would get gauge every time, or you get a charge every time you jumped, I believe, right? There was a jump, and then there was a follow-up to the jump. Yeah, it was that move. That gave you a charge. Gave you a Dragon Eye. Now that doesn't happen anymore. Now it's just on, I think, like this coming up attack. Not this one. This one. Is that a follow-up? I don't know what that is. It doesn't look like it's a follow-up or like a combo from anything. So it looks like they just offloaded getting the charges, the Dragon Eyes, onto a different move, and now you just jump whenever you can, like it's just a cooldown, instead of being connected to your job gauge as a whole. Weird. And yeah, there's Gerskogel, there's the fucking super mode bullshits. And then you get another one there. What was that? It's off the same move. Okay, so maybe it is a follow-up. I just don't recognize what this move is. Or it makes like a little pillar of fire afterwards. I don't know what that is. But it's after that move each time. Okay, and then you spend it on the big nuke. There's Stardiver, and then your Stardiver follow-up, which is dope as hell. Interesting. I don't know how that's... I don't know how much of a rework this is, because I can't see the mechanics. I can only see the visuals, so I'm just kind of guessing. But it really just seems like, based on what we know of Dragoon now, they just moved your charges from one move to another. which I don't really get. I don't see the rework here. It just looks like they changed one thing. Like compared to the Astrologian rework, which is completely different. It completely changes how the how your moment-to-moment gameplay is going to work. Huh. Fuck yeah, I don't know how that works. I guess we'll see. Paladin is pretty much the same. One thing I wanted to check here. Maybe making you not so reliant on jumps and not forced to stand still in danger puddles to gain gauge. Maybe. They have been making a concerted effort to reduce the amount of A-lock that Dragoon has. Like they've constantly been reducing it, so that just might be another step of them trying to make it less necessary. A-lock being animation lock. That's just something I say a lot if you don't know what that means. That could be. It's the only thing is, like, I know they said they were gonna rework Dragoon for Dawntrail. And that doesn't look like a rework to me, so I'm very curious to see how it actually is in-game. Because that looks pretty much the same as it was. That's why I'm confused. I figured it out after a couple seconds. Yeah, it's a term that I use a fair bit. Just because animation lock is a lot of syllables and A-lock makes sense. This is interesting. He's got like a big sword wave here. I don't know what this is. It's a follow-up on Clemency, so I doubt it's a combo. Is it just like a new OGCD? Maybe. It doesn't use gauge, I don't think, right? Yeah, Clemency just uses MP. Maybe that also uses MP, or that could be a just off GCD. I don't know. Yeah, actually, yeah. Can you send me that that link to the keynote with them talking about it? This is fucking hilarious to me. I can't believe they actually added a fucking fourth or a fifth sword combo. That is ridiculous. I almost wonder if it is a fifth sword combo, because it looks very different than the other ones. Considering the swords go out and not in towards the bad guy, I almost wonder if that's a fake out and it's not a fifth combo. Wonder why they picked a piece to fight? Do the monsters have specific qualities? No, I don't think so. I think they just pick ones that are like in and around the area they're showcasing. I don't think they have any like grand plan when it comes to those. That's not like a teaser of anything. Warrior is pretty straightforward, I feel like. I don't think I need to watch this. I do love that they just get a bigger axe. That's pretty phenomenal. There's that. Monkey Flip. I do wonder if it's a combo off Monkey Flip, because if that's the case, that's pretty great. Okay. And yeah, Astrologian having a full hand on each draw is very interesting. I do wonder if playing a specific card is going to be a button. It probably is, because I don't know how else they would do it. Which means I am going to have to rework my Astrologian hotbar. Because you're probably going to have, like, play card 1, play card 2, and play card 3 as, like, each individual button to choose what you put where. I just wonder if there's a reason to space it out. I also don't see the like stamps anymore, so I guess they got rid of that, which honestly I'm fine with. The warrior gauge open up when they hit stance? Oh, maybe. Hang on, let's go back. Let's see here. Oh, are you talking about tank stance and like the gauge changing? Yeah, that happens for every tank. It's basically a visual indicator to show that you have tank stance on, which is pretty nice. Yeah, if there's any like support stuff, then they'll show an ally. There's usually one for healers, but sometimes other classes get one as well. Not play tank. Yeah, no worries. It looks like the cards are still off GCDs, which is interesting. Yeah, it looks like they reduced the amount of like speed chess you need to be playing with Astrologian, which is nice. I'm not sure if the regular casts on people are off GCDs still. It looked like they might be on GCD now. But it's hard to tell because I can't see the GCD timer in these. And they always space it out to give the maximum amount of like visual flair so you can see what the abilities are. So I really have no idea. Answer the show as well because DP double penetration. Don't think about that. That's what that means, but you play more Dancer than me, so you would know. I'm not sure if you need to spend all 4 cards before drawing again. I don't think you do. Because I don't think there's any other mechanic in the game that works that way. I think it's probably just you are incentivized to spend all of them before you draw again. Anything that you don't spend will be discarded if you draw. I presume. Unless it just replaces. Maybe. But it shouldn't lock you out of the ability, because I don't think any other class does that. One new link that goes directly when they start talking about individual class changes. What was the one you sent me? I thought that was what you sent me. Dancer, I don't need to see. That was fairly straightforward. They just get some new fancy stuff. Starts with the job action trailer. Oh yeah, I don't need to watch the job action trailer again. Am I crazy here, or does this blue shit, does the new hits here look green? Right, it's not here. Here. This has green highlights on it. Did it always have that, or am I just really stupid? I thought for sure they were like blue and black on like the basic hits. That's definitely green. That's not... I'm like 90% sure that's not because of the graphics change overhaul or me being colorblind or my monitor. That's gotta be green. Yeah, it's like a greenish yellow, but it's definitely green. Yeah, you can see it right fucking there. That wasn't green before, was it? Yeah, if you can check Waffle, that'd be amazing. Because I feel like I'm getting gaslit by this trailer. I can't tell if this is an upgrade or if it's just a different color. It's a different color. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Thank you. So I guess they're... Because this looks like the basic melee combo, right? Or not... No, not the melee combo. The gauge spender. The first gauge spender. In fact, I can see the gauge go down. Oh, wait, no. Hang on. It's not spending the blood gauge. It's a different move. Oh, wait, no. I fucking forgot how Reaper works. Yes, no, this is the gauge spender. You spend the gauge on the Reaper move, and then you get these as follow-ups. You get a charge. There's Gluttony, so you can do it 2 times. Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot. So I guess it is an upgrade. Yeah, you get a... I forget what the charge is called, because it's not listed on the job gauge bar, which is weird, because it kind of should be. But whatever. It's basically an extra charge that you get to follow up with another move. So I guess they upgraded those to be green now. Okay. Everything else with Reaper looks pretty much the same. This is the same. That's the same. This one's new. And I don't know what triggers that, because it's not gauge. Is it a follow-up after leaving super mode? Because it's got both the green and... or the blue and red of the 2 gauges. Soul Reaver buff? Is that what I mean? Like, you get buffed after you drop out of the mode, and then you get the And then you get a nuke afterwards. I want to say it's the Harvest Moon skill. Oh, you think it's a follow-up for Harvest Moon? Oh, maybe. It's the buff that lets you do the follow-up after the meter spender. For this final move? So, like, once you're in super mode, after you leave it, you get a buff. Harp? The final move that they showed? You mean the jump back? Isn't Harp the ranged, like, option you get? Soul Reaver is the buff you get after the meter spender move. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you get 1 or 2 stacks depending on if you use the basic one or Gluttony. I'm trying to figure out what triggers this move, this final move. You're using a jump back, it auto changes Harp. Interesting, it's an upgrade to Harp? That seems unlikely, because this looks like a nuke. Like, it looks like it should do big damage, so you can't feasibly work that into your rotation. Unless they're expecting you to be jumping out and spending your jump out and jump in on your rotation. Which no other class does. It's always in like an emergency button. So I find that unlikely, but it's possible. I think it might be an upgrade to Harvest Moon. Like maybe a combo follow-up. Because that's a really big animation for your basic ranged option upgrade. You know what I mean? That seems very unlikely. Yeah, I don't know. My gut says because of the colors and the fact that it's a combo of the blood gauge and the soul gauge, the blue and the red, or the red and the blue, respectively. My guess is it's a follow-up after dropping out of super mode, after you use the big spear thingy that comes out of the ground at the end of your Reaper mode. After you drop out of that, you get a follow-up that you can use as a ranged option. That's my guess. Or it's a follow-up to Harvest Moon, but color-wise, that doesn't make sense. Especially considering on the trigger of the animation, you can see in the distance he has the Reaper out as well. You can see them both there. They're like jumping up. So it's got to be some sort of follow-up to a combo of like your core moves. Because the move animation itself reads as a combo move like all the other ones. That's my guess. We'll see. Alright. Red Mage. This was mostly the same. It's nice that we get a proper, like, melee AoE combo. That's pretty cool. I have no idea how that works. I'm really hoping it's not 2 extra buttons. But if it is, cringe. This one was new. Oh, I didn't catch this before. There's an AoE follow-up to your melee combo. It's the flower and it spends all 3 charges. Why would you do that? I mean, I guess it does a shit ton of AoE damage to be more useful than your base combo, which already does AoE. It does like overflow. This, I don't know what the fuck that is. More Rose bullshit. Did it do anything to the gauge? No. Is it a follow-up to... What animation is this? That looks like Xenoglossy. That doesn't look familiar to me. Am I crazy? That's new, right? That's not a like 2-charge thing that makes it so that you're guaranteed to proc Verse Stone and Verse Fire, right? It's not that they upgraded. That's way too flashy. Is it an upgrade to the thing? No, it wouldn't be that because I would see that in the gauge. What is that? I was thinking maybe it was an upgrade to the thing that gives you like 50 of the gauge. Well, I guess you did say that they are changing those, right? They're making it so that there's much less chance for you to overflow. It just gives you free access to the moves. So maybe that's how they changed that. I want to say it's called Enlightenment, but I don't think that's correct. Maybe that's a follow-up to that? Oh no, I think this one he does after it is the one that used to give you 50 of each gauge. And now it just gives you charges. Okay. And then you do your Flare. You do your Scorch. Whatever that thing is called again. And then Crystal bullshit. Which does not increase your gauge. Where Scorch and this one does. So I'm wondering if it is an actual extender to the combo. Something tells me it's not. I think that's just another move they're putting at the end of the combo to show it off, but I don't think it's actually a follow-up. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to see. I mean, it looks pretty much the same as far as Red Mage, so I don't think I'll be disappointed by it. Because as long as it's good now and they don't fuck it up, it's probably fine. Machinist was fairly similar. Yeah, so Machinist, except for this part, Machinist now has funnels. That was the Act Morn I see it. I didn't see the things pop out beforehand. And it's not connected to gauge. Maybe? It does end... Hang on, maybe it is connected to gauge. I think it might be connected to the battery gauge. Because he calls Queen in. Or Queen. And the whole gauge becomes like electrified. And then when the timer hits 0, Queen's still there. And the Machinist starts using these weird funnel moves. But I think it's just... I think that's incorrect. I think it's just Queen is going through the animations, and it just happens to desummon right as the big nuke goes off. Because there's the big punch. And then, yeah, right as it gets desummoned, that's when it turns off, and then that's when the Machinist uses the big missiles. So I think it being connected to the battery gauge is a fake out. I think it's a red herring. Can only be used while the waifu is out? Possibly. The problem is that it's really hard to track when your waifu is out. Waifu being the robot. Because the timer doesn't end before the robot goes through its whole combo. So you would have to be looking at the model, which would be really hard to track in like big fights. I also love how the machinist also gets double Gatling guns on both arms, which is sick as hell. Yeah, and in high ping situations, which they have specifically mitigated for machinist already with the change to the overheat gauge. What I'm thinking it could be is when you summon either Rook or Queen, you get charges that aren't listed on that bar. And you can use a certain number of those moves with the funnels. Because it's a 3-hit combo. It's the it's interrupted by an overheat gauge thing. But there's the one where it does the big vertical laser, the Akmorn. There's the bunch of lasers. There's interrupted by that move. Interrupted by that move. And then the big missile barrage. Yeah, it does turn into the Heavy Arms Gundam. So I'm assuming it's when you spend your battery gauge, you get a specific amount of charges. It's weird that they're not listed on the job gauge, but I'm thinking that's what it is. The reason I say that specifically is because when the robot gets summoned, you'll notice that the machinist doesn't just spam those new funnel moves. They only get 3, and they use a whole bunch of other moves in the middle of it. Unless, wait. I notice that at the same time the machinist summons Rook, they activate overheat. What if the funnels are the upgrades to the charge moves? The ones that have 2 to 3 charges depending on your level as machinist? What if the funnels are an upgrade to that? I think it's tied to overheat. Because those were already kind of funnelish, right? They summoned little, like, gun portals. Yeah, that would actually be huge, because overheat fucking sucks. It's super boring, like, visually. Do they use overheat anywhere else here? I don't think they do. I think they only pop it right at the end. I think it is an upgrade to that. And I think the missiles isn't tied to the funnels. I think that's just a new summon you get. Possibly as like a follow-up combo to a battery gauge, but it might also just be on a cooldown. No, it's not even a follow-up to the end of the battery gauge, because the machinist uses it a split second before Queen desummons. Yeah, because we don't see the current animations for those charge moves. Fuck, that's so nice. I think that is an upgrade. Oh, that's huge. That's what I thought, Waffle, but the reason I don't think that's the case is because you see the start of the animation trigger before the gauge stops glowing for the battery gauge. Unless that's a sign that... It's hard to tell because Queen desummons and the machinist uses that move like very close to when the end of the battery gauge is. So I don't know if Queen desummoning is what's causing it to stop sparking or if it's that move. It could be. It would make sense if that was the case. But it's so close in timing, I can't tell. Yeah, try summoning it in game and let me know if it has that like sparking effect, because if it does, then that'll explain it. Because I don't know if that sparking effect is because of Queen or if that's a sign that you have something loaded that you spend on the big heavy arms barrage. Ninja, I have genuinely no idea what the fuck happened here. I think there's a Tenchi Jin follow-up now, and I don't know what the kunai gauge is for. I don't know what causes this. I didn't even see when they got it. Oh, it's on Armor Crusher. They got 2 on Armor Crusher. Was it because of Kage Bunshin that they got 2? Also, where's the Huton gauge? Why can we not see the Huton gauge? Did they get rid of it? Oh, hang on. They spent one here. They spent it on whatever the fuck that is. I genuinely can't tell. The gauge only sparks when waifu is summoned. Okay, so the reason why it stops sparking is because Queen desummons. So yeah, I think it's just a cooldown skill that they get. Could be an upgrade to something else, but I think we saw everything they had. I don't know, we'll see. But the main thing is that the charged moves, overheat moves are getting upgraded, and that's what I care about. The other thing is cool, but it looks like it's just kind of a one-off cooldown thing. So I'm wondering on Armor Crusher if you get kunai, and you get 2 in this instance because Kage Bunshin is out. You spend 1 on that, whatever that is. Does it give you more gauge or something? I mean, it gives you 10 gauge. Or wait, no, it didn't. Gives you 15 gauge? It does. No, they showed crossbow. I can actually show you. It's right before the, there's the crossbow right there. And then they use the drill. And then they do big circular AoE. Yeah, I don't know. I think it might just be like a new cooldown. Because you see drill, you see air anchor, you see chainsaw, and it's a circular AoE on the enemy, so I think it's just brand new. I can't tell. I don't know what the fuck is going on for Ninja. They get 2 kunai on Armor Crusher. That's an upgrade to Bahava Kakra, or whatever the fuck it's called. And then they spend kunai on this one move. They get 15 gauge. And I don't know why. That's the follow-up to Kage Bunshin. That's an upgrade, I think, to Helltoad, which is cool. There's Tenchi Jin, which now has a combo follow-up, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Ninja. I also don't know why we can't see the Huton gauge. Did they get rid of Huton? Why, can I see it here? I think they got rid of Huton, because that looks like an AoE attack. And like all the other gauges are full, right? I think they got rid of Huton. Why would they do that? Well, actually, no, I can think of a couple reasons why they would get rid of that. The main one is that it kind of steps on the toes of Monk, because Monk is all about speed, and it's weird that Ninja gets this weird little speed boost that you have to keep up. I guess it's sort of a thing of like, you know, it's like a Nokian. Part of the skill is keeping it up, and if you drop it, you're screwed. But they literally just give you a button at like level 60 to get it back. So if you do blow it, I mean, you're throwing off your rotation timing, but it's really not that bad. So maybe they were just like, fuck it, it's not really worth it to try and keep this up. What's the current AoE hit for your mudras? It's the fireball, right? So in what situation would you want to use the big Huton tornado now? Game's too many buttons, gotta drop it down for the casuals. I mean, for some classes, I agree. Ninja, I think it's more of a design thing of like, Monk is the one that's all about upping your GCD and going fast. And it's kind of weird that Ninja has that. Ninja also has a very, very clustered burst window. So that might be why they're trying to bring the, they're trying to get rid of Huton as well. Because they're just like, that window was already so, like, cluttered. If we just get rid of the GCD reducer, then that'll be, like, easier to execute. Which, honestly, I'm fine with. If they want to just spread out Ninja's DPS a little bit more. Instead of going fucking crazy every 60 seconds and then doing nothing. Yeah, Ninja also has the AoE dirt circle, but that's more of a dot. It's like an AoE dot. Kind of a weird combo. I just don't know what the use of this tornado is. Because I'm assuming this is what replaces Huton. Is it's just now a nuke you can put on him? But why would you do that over the fireball? And if it's better than the fireball, why would you use the fireball, right? You have two AoE skills competing. Unless they just got rid of the fireball, but then you literally have one less, like, Mudra combo. And that's a 3 combo Mudra. 1, 2, 3. It also looks like their AoE gets upgraded, right? This is their base AoE. Instead of just like a flame of knives, you get like actual kunai and then they explode. That's cool. A little more thematic. It's so weird because this looks like more of an overhaul than fucking Dragoon. Like, am I crazy that this looks more different than Ninja used to be than Dragoon used to be? That's the Wind Shuriken. That's Raiton. That's Suiton. And so, yeah, this must be a combo extender for Tenchi-Jin. Fuck, I don't know. I'm going to skip Skage because I barely understand it. Black Mage, despite getting a brand new, like, additional gauge, which is wild, because they're already tracking 1, 2, 3, 4 different resources. Now they have a 5th. But hey, you know what? It's fine. And honestly, it's not that hard to figure out. It's literally just you get charges when you use a fire spell, and then you get to use them on a big nuke. That's actually not that complicated. Doesn't up your Enochian timer. Wait, they used something to up their Enochian timer. What was that? Did they just have like an ability they can pop to refresh their... Oh, wait, what the fuck? I didn't catch this. So they're in fire stance right now. They're spending all their MP on fire stuff. Here's the big fire nuke. And then they do something that charges Paradox and gives them 3 Umbral Souls or Umbral Hearts or whatever, but they're still in fire stance. And they spend it on Flare. They spend the Umbral Hearts on Flare. Oh, that's crazy. They also did 2 Flares. Oh, they popped triple cast, that's why. Triple cast, Flare 1, Flare 2. To get more charges and then the big nuke again. Man, as if Black Mage wasn't complicated enough. Okay, Viper is crazy. I don't know what the fuck is happening here, but it looks rad as hell. Is that also a melee or a ranged combo? 1, 2... I think it is. It might be a 3 combo for a ranged. That's pretty cool. I genuinely have no fucking idea what's going on here. God, it looks so fluid. That's so cool. Building up gauge, or building up charges and gauge. And then they spend it all on their big, crazy fucking super mode. Oh my god, this is so rad. I mean, it looks like it plays very similar to Reaper, which I already really like, but man, that is sick as hell. I can't fucking wait to try out Viper. Monk. God, I'm gonna look at Monk again. So that is Formless Fist, I think. Yeah, Formless Fist into your charging your thingies, whatever that's called again. And then this is your basic melee combo. You go into perfect balance. And then because you have a charge of... What is that? Coerl. When you use a Coerl stance move, it changes when you're in perfect balance. Now it's this move. And then this is the normal one that you get, which gives you another charge of Coerl stance, and then you use it again to get the new upgraded move now. Also, they started with a white stamp, right? Yeah, okay. And then they spend it with... That's also a new move. I didn't catch that. Is that an upgrade to the Kamehameha? Are they getting rid of that? That kind of sucks. I like the Kamehameha. Because yeah, I believe the white stamp is the Phoenix, so I guess they changed that. That's a bit of a shame. I like that. Oh, wait, what the fuck? That's also different. The big uppercut no longer drains the whole gauge. What the hell is that? That's Enlightenment, I think. Yeah, Phantom Blitz, I know that one. What? So hang on. I think I understand what's happening here. They get a 6th chakra point at some point during this. Is that Perfect Brotherhood that not Perfect Brotherhood, Brotherhood that I'm seeing? I'm gonna have to boot up 14 to see what all these moves are. This is Brotherhood, right? This AoE that it does? This is like little field that it makes? So that supercharges your chakra. Because the whole gauge starts glowing when you do that. And then you get one of the orbs to be on fire. There's Phantom Blitz. You spend it, and then now you get a kicking follow-up. But the whole gauge is still glowing. Oh, I think I know what the ranged are combos off of. I think your 3 mysteries for Monk get follow-ups now. Because that's Riddle of Earth. Or Riddles, not Mystery. And then they do something else. They do like an AoE thing. So I think they get like an AoE heal off Riddle of Earth, which makes sense because it's a mitigation. And then they do Riddle of Wind. And then they do a fucking Wind Blast. Riddle of Fire. Fire Blast. Interesting. I actually love that. Here's why. I thought the riddles were super fucking lame. I hated the riddles. I thought they were a waste of button space, of hotbar space. Because they were literally just press this to get more damage. And there were like 2 of them. One was on 60 seconds, one was on 90. And I always hated that. I thought it was super boring class design to not have anything else happen. You just get more damage. But now they're adding little, almost like Summoner on, like, the summons. Sort of the same deal, you get, like, a little ranged option. It looks like it also charges your chakra on the fire one, which is neat. Fuck, Monk gets a lot in this expansion. Which is funny, because from level 60 to 80 for Monk, you get jack shit. You get, like, your chakra at level 50. At level 60, you get perfect balance. And that's another gauge. You get nothing for 2 whole expansions. And that for pretty much most of Endwalker, you don't get anything else until the end where you get perfect blitz. And now you get a new gauge and increase to your old gauge as well. Could we just, like, spread it out a little bit more? Please? Just to make the leveling a bit nicer? I mean, it's not bad for Monk. It could be fucking Warrior and Dragoon. But you do kind of go completely dry for almost 3 expansions. Looks fucking cool, though. Dark Knight we can skip. Bard we can skip. Summoner, I think... One thing I do want to check is I want to see if Energy Drain is getting upgraded. I think it is. There's Phoenix. This looks pretty much the same. It's like Monk, you get it all at once or not at all. Fuck. Of course. True to their history with Monk, I guess. Okay, that's a new one. Hang on. That's Energy Drain. What is this follow-up for Energy Drain? Is it just Energy Drain 2 where it has a new animation, or is that a different move? That looks like a different move because you can see the animation change. Still don't know what that is. What is happening here? Okay, so this is an upgrade to... was it Pain Flare or something? Hey, Arsai. And as a monk, you will be serene and peaceful about it. Yeah, you have no choice. Yes, okay, so they did upgrade Energy Drain and the associated moves. I just don't know what's happening on... I guess Energy Drain itself has a follow-up now? Because that's definitely a new animation, that, like, purple... Yeah, this, like, purple with the little balls in the center. That's brand new. I also don't know what the hell this is. There's an AoE that looks like a heal. And then there's this. It almost looks like a move linked to Garuda. But Garuda's not out. It's not linked on Garuda because it's after the Phoenix summoning. And it's not linked to Energy Drain because it's not giving you or spending charges. So I don't know what the hell that is. There's Rune 4. We knew that. They just get like... is it linked to Energy Drain? Because it does happen after Energy Drain. Alright, and then they speed through this. And then we get fucking crazy Kingdom Hearts Bahamut. Which is super cool. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I mean, it's been a while since... Also, I don't know what the hell this is. Just a random AoE they pop at the end. No clue. Is it a follow-up to Bahamut? I don't fucking know. Samurai just looks like they upgraded mostly everything. I didn't see any new buttons. It just looks like new animations. Which, to be fair, is great, because it's been a while since the EI Jutsu animations got updated. That's Gishoten. Bink Bonk. That also has a follow-up now, which is pretty wild. Does that spend any? Oh wait, is that an upgrade? Or is that a follow-up to Shoten? God, it's hard to tell. It spends 50 gauge, so I'm thinking it might be an upgrade to the 122nd, like 50 gauge spenders. Maybe. There's Shoha. Hell yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that they finally upgraded that. The new Bahamut design, are we going to be fighting it in that new form? Great question. I don't know what they're doing for job quests and role quests in Dawntrail. I'm presuming they're still doing role quests, because they did it for Shadowbringers and Walker. And it would be weird to just suddenly go back to job quests. So I'm assuming you just get like an upgrade for it and you just kind of have to live with it. Which I'm fine with, because it's cool as hell. I don't know if there's going to be any like lore explanation on it. Pictomancer, I barely know what the hell is happening here, because I feel like we saw half of what this class can do. There's like 3 different slots. There's a sticker thing. There's charges. There's a gauge. I'm very excited to see how it plays, but this doesn't tell me anything. All right, let's check out the keynote. I want to see what the devs talk about. Let me scroll back up to where Waffle posted that. Perfect. Okay, let's check this out. Actually, I'll keep this not full screen just so we can see more.
Adjustments that will be across all tank role jobs.
Oh, thank you, Waffle. Rampart and job exclusive 30% damage reduction abilities will be upgraded in the 90s level range. Ramparts. Oh, okay. So they're just going to be stronger now?
So first is Rampart and job exclusive 30% damage reduction abilities will be upgraded in the 90s level range.
Reprisals duration will be increased to 15 seconds. Reprisal. Which one's reprisal?
And reprisal duration will be increased to 15 seconds in the 90s level range.
I don't remember which one reprisal is.
強化されたタイミングでまたジョブごとに異なる追加効果っていうのが入っているので、それぞれのタンクジョブにます。
Enhancement. And of course, with the 30% buff enhancement, there are additional effects that will be applied to each of the different jobs.
Hey! Toaster, thank you for the tier 1 sub. 19 months! That's a lot of months. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome in. What the fuck is this? We're checking out the new jobs for Dawntrail and trying to figure out what the hell they changed and what they added. So far, we've got a pretty good idea of what most classes do, and then certain classes have completely confused me, and I have no idea what's going on. Particularly Ninja comes to mind, and Pictomancer. No idea what is going on there. I think they overhauled Ninja, but I can't be sure. But anyways, welcome in.
That will be applied to each of the different tank jobs. I'm afraid we're not going to dive into.
Hang on, I missed what she was saying here.
And of course, with the 30% buff enhancement, there are additional effects that will be applied to each of the different tank jobs. I'm afraid we're not going to dive into details.
Oh, so the 30%
just to reiterate,
damage things are getting upgraded and they're getting additional effects on top of them.
Sort of enhancements for each of the tank job.
Okay, that's cool. Better mitigation is better mitigation.
Get some kind of notification. There's a comment about how it would be great if we can get some kind of notification if the other tank cast reprisal, and it was at the same timing, but that involves trying to get the system to communicate which tank.
Oh, was reprisal the AoE one that like everything in an AoE just does more damage? Everyone that gets hit by it. Okay.
Came in later, so that's a little.
That's just getting stronger. That's good.
So you might want to discuss some.
All right, they're talking about communication between tanks and how there isn't any.
We'll go into details for now from the. So going into the individual tank jobs now from the Paladin. Again, to reiterate, I'm afraid we won't go into details for every single job. So just going through some of the key points.
Right. Second and third executions of Atonement have been changed to new actions with separate animations. Atonement will change these actions so input execution will remain the same. Atonement is the stabby one, right? It was the one you spammed 3 of to get MP back every time you completed a 1-2-3 combo. I believe that's the case. So now that's getting a full Gnashing Fang style combo. Okay. So functionally the same, just a little flashier. I'm down with that. That's just a nice benefit. We'll see if it actually gets any new, I imagine it'll probably get like a little bit stronger or maybe have like a different effect on it now. That's cool.
So first point,
down for that.
Second and third executions of Atonement have been changed to new actions directly on the.
And I'm glad that it's not adding more buttons, but it's just modifying an existing one.
And I think this is where that sort of automatic replacement of the next action comes in very handy. You can just press the same button and then it'll go to the next step automatically.
Yeah, because you were already doing that. You were spamming the same button 3 times. And then you would just spam the same move. Now you just get 2 fancy ones. New action that can be executed after Blade of Valor.
And then when you're in that sort of damage burst phase and those blades of something is executed, of course with the raised level cap we will add another tier to that.
They can't keep getting away with this. They cannot keep getting away with this. Gotta be fucking kidding me. It is a 5th blade combo. Blades of something. Did you fuck over to the other guy? Just spoof it. I mean, they're talking about the blade, the Confiteor blade combo, which like doesn't have a name. There's like Blade of Faith, Blade of Truth, and Blade of Valor after Confiteor. We know what they're talking about when they say Blade of something. It's the blade combo. It's the damage bursty mode. That's insane that they actually added another level to that combo. It's already 4 blades. I can't believe I called that. I said it as a joke. I mean, I'm not complaining, because that blade combo is super sick. It's literally the reason I started playing Paladin, was I saw that in the job actions trailer for Endwalker, and I went, I'm switching to Paladin, fuck Dark Knight. Which was very Final Fantasy IV of me, oddly enough. And, you know, more cool shit is more cool shit. I still can't believe I'm fucking doing it, though.
This might be minor, less major adjustment.
That's so fucking funny.
To execute Goring Blade, you will have to have Fight or Flight executed.
Oh, they're changing Goring Blade so that it's not just a cooldown. You have to be in Fight or Flight mode, or have to have that buff active. Okay, that makes sense. And that's really just idiot proofing of like, hey, you're meant to use this in your damage combo, in your burst phase. Don't use it before then. We're taking away the ability for you to do that, which that's fine.
So of course,
At least unlike FF4, Dark Knight to Paladin isn't a downgrade. God, you're so right.
Transitioning up because of the raised level cap.
It was actually an upgrade. A new action which can be executed after 3 executions of Fell Cleave or Decimate while inner release is active will be added. Oh, so inner release just now gets a
So first point, a new
finisher
action which
combo.
can be executed after 3 executions of Fell Cleave or
Is that the
Decimate
big
while
fat
inner release
axe?
is active will be added. So this is I think you may have noticed it in the job action trailer. So you might notice it.
Okay, that's cool. More finishers is fine by me. They're sick as hell. A new action? Wait, Monkey Flip is getting an extra step in the combo?
Action that can be executed after Primal Rend will be added. So
It's getting another finisher?
big damage dealing action will be
Alright.
added for the
I
damage
mean,
burst phase.
that's fair, because Warrior kind of didn't have a big, like, burst combo, like Paladin or Gunbreaker did. So I guess they're just adding that to Warrior, because, I don't know, they didn't want him to feel left out. Alright, cool.
Kind of like how we saw it in the Paladin, but not really. The effects and the animation for Inner Chaos will be changed. We're trying to update some of the look of these effects that you see that for those that may have been kind of
Fucking thank you.
people have gotten tired of looking at.
Yeah, update the animations for the old moves. Hey, can you take a look at the 1-2-3 combo for Warrior? Because it looks like shit. Please? Can we get new animations for that? Maybe I'll like playing Warrior again.
There were some comments about, well, you can update things that people have gotten tired of looking at, but please don't change Fell Cleave's visual effects.
Yeah.
But I totally understand how
If they change Fell
yeah,
Cleave,
we'll
fucking
keep
Square
Fell
Enix
Cleave
HQ will
as
burn
is.
down the next day. They can't do that. Dark Knight. Use the number of inputs during burst damage phases. Blood Weapon will upgrade into Delirium, and the effects of Blood Weapon will be added to
reduce the
Delirium.
number of inputs during burst damage phases. These are.
To be honest, I haven't played Dark Knight in like 2 years, so I don't know what the fuck this means. I got so burned by how shitty Dark Knight was that I stopped playing it and never picked it back up.
And the reason for this change is sort of cleaning up and streamlining some of the busyness that happens during the burst damage phase for 7.0 anyways. And
Okay.
then I did mention about...
I know for a fact that if I open up the FF14 subreddit, there's going to be a top post complaining about how they're streamlining and making the game easier for idiots. I'm dead certain it's going to be one of either the top posts or the top comments on a post. And to those people, I say, fuck you. I don't care about you. Get bent. I hope you're unhappy.
We want to improve the not playability, but like how players can strategize and sort of make kind of work their strategies, as well as the developers kind of do creative things.
Okay, yeah, burst damage is easier.
Start
Is that it for Dark Knights?
point, but I kind of blurted 8.0, but we have yet to release 7.0. But the like what direction we want to take this into like 2 months ago already. So at least
Nope.
Okay, is that it for Dark Knight? Oh, no, there's another one. New action that can be executed. Oh, Living Shadow gets a finisher. Alright. More finishers for the tanks. More fancy stuff. Cool.
And, okay.
What's going on with Gunbreaker? Yep, that's exactly what we thought. Baited Circle is getting a continuation extender. Just like Burst Strike did in Endwalker. Alright. A new 3-step combo can be executed after Bloodfest. No cartridge cost.
Of
Oh!
course, with Gunbreaker, this also is just level up with the cap being.
Do you know you can just
raised.
click and
So
hold to
first
do
point
2 times
says a
speed?
new action that can be
Unlike
executed
YouTube?
after
What do you mean?
Circle via
Click and hold what?
continuation will be added, And then a new 3-step combo that can be executed after Bloodfest will be added.
Okay, so Bloodfest is also getting a combo slash finisher. That's cool. Click and hold the click on the video. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
People were trying to speculate end
That's
of
good to know.
heart.
I'm used to just skipping around, but that's handy.
Remember the name. This end of heart.
Okay, so Bloodfest has a finisher combo. That's neat. I mean, I'm pretty sure spamming forward 10 seconds is faster than just waiting for the 2x speed up. If it doesn't buffer on me. There we go. That's good to know.
FYI, the English name is Lionheart. But in any case, the animation team and those who are involved with trying to bring this action to life worked really hard. So I'm hoping that people will enjoy that.
Hang on. I want to see what they're talking about because I didn't catch that it was a continuation of Bloodfest. Where the hell is Gunbreaker? I still don't. I got to see what they say for Ninja because I'm so confused. It looks like it got more overhauled than Dragoon did. Summoner. Am I blind? Oh, Gunbreaker's the last one. Okay. Hang on. Let me see where Bloodfest is. There's Bloodfest. I guess I can just keep the music on. Okay, that's Gnashing Fang, so that's the same. Is it after this? I guess you don't have to do it right after Bloodfest. You can just do it eventually. That's Blasting Zone. This is the combo they're talking about. Okay, so this was the one where I was like, what the fuck is this? That's a continuation of Bloodfest. Okay, that's cool. More fast hits for Gunbreaker is neat. Melee DPS. Sorry, what the fuck is going on here?
Yes, that sounds like.
First half, and then go into a bit of a break.
Yes, that sounds like a plan.
States that are made across the board.
Across the board adjustments. Second wind's healing potency will be increased in the 90s level range. Okay, that's nice. It was starting to feel like kind of a waste of time to even bother with it, but that's good.
In the 90s level range.
That'll give me more room to maneuver when I inevitably fuck up. Faints duration. Okay, so all the roll actions debuffs are getting greater durations. Cool.
Busy. It's kind of
Perfectly happy with that.
Whenever things get busy with the different controls, and there might be a misstep on that, it's kind of trying to address that because in addition to not just the business on the players.
Yeah, I mean, as the game gets more complicated
mechanics
and you get more actions and more buttons, you start kind of having to give people more wiggle room to fuck up.
Some people are commenting that we're calling it an enhancement, but it seems like
You got to add some bumpers. Because otherwise, it just you are already working with so much smaller of a player base by the time you get that deep in the game. You don't want to be losing people because the game becomes too hard for them to play. What the fuck? Okay, hang on. If I'm reading this correctly, the 6 combos that you have to rotate between are now gone. Is that what I'm understanding? Is you no longer have to do the, like, keep the buff up every 2 GCD combo or 2 GCD rotations and keep the dot up every 3? Please explain. I'm only level 50 white mage. All right, fair enough. So Monk has basically 2 rows of 1, 2, 3 combos, right? In your base 1, 2, 3, it's just damage. But in your other 1, 2, 3, you'll apply a buff to yourself that lasts for 2 combo rotations and a dot to the enemy that lasts for 3. And the idea behind Monk is you will have to dip into your buff and debuff combo to keep those up at different rotations. So effectively, you have 6 3-button combos that you rotate through, right? And that's your basic rotation, right? You would do like, you know, shift. I have them on like shift 1, 2, 3 and regular 1, 2, 3. So I would do like shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, and then I would do 1, 2, 3. And then on my third combo, I would do shift 1, shift 2, regular 3, and then I would do 1, 2, shift 3. Right? And that would, or I think so. Yeah, and then I would do shift 1, shift 2, regular 3, and then I would do 1, 2, 3. And those are the 6 combos. That maintains your buff on yourself so that it never drops, and it never drops the dot on the enemy. It looks like they have just removed that, which gives me mixed feelings. Because one, I got used to that, and I eventually came to like it. But on the other hand, I do understand that it's really rough to learn and get used to, and it means that you can't really add any, like, fuckery with your basic rotation, because if you add, like, another thing that costs a GCD to use in that combo, you'll throw off all your timers, right? So from a design perspective, it becomes a lot harder to iterate on, because you have no, like, there's nowhere to go. A lot of monk mangs are angry. Yeah, I do get it. Scrolling through my social media and someone on my timeline said they got rid of monk dots. Instead, performing actions in a certain order will increase the next action's potency. Also, I can't believe they reworked monk again. This is what, 3 in a row now? Oh my god. Okay. The feel of the job will remain largely the same while alleviating uncertainty about which action to use when rotation is interrupted. That's another thing too, is if your rotation gets interrupted, you'll throw all your timers out of whack. The feel of the job will remain largely the same. So are you still having to do the weird, like, shifting between combos? It's just like, it gives you more damage if you do it properly the way they want you to? Hang on, let me let them talk. I need to hear this explained.
So with the monk, we've kind of
monk being a punching bag, something poetic.
Before the basic
Kinda,
thinking
yeah.
was about how to maintain your buffs or retain.
Yeah, let him cook.
That sort of damage.
Like I said, I'm not against it, but it's definitely different, and I can't believe they keep reworking it again.
But instead, with this update, it'll more be about enhancing your next action by utilizing a specific combo route in the order.
まあ現在も総流脚使うと次に使うありやすい。まあやってる手
And of course, so for example, when you use Dragon Kick, the next action, Boot Shine would be enhanced, and it will be something like that. But we're trying not to oversimplify it at the same time. So, but we're also trying to make it streamlined. So we're hoping that it won't change like the feel of how you control the monk's actions.
So what I'm understanding is certain moves will enhance other moves in the next combo. So you still have the... Well... No, that doesn't make sense. Because if executing a move in a combo gave you a buff, okay, hang on. Hang on. Let me think here. If they want to keep the feel of the job the same, then there would have to be a delayed buff on your dragon kick, right? Because if it's just you do a move in a combo and it buffs the next combo, you can't have the 6 different combos where you jump in and out. Because you would have to ensure that you use... Or can you? Hang on. Let me think. If you do the shift combo, we'll call it the shift combo here, because that makes sense in my brain. If you do the shift combo first, it powers up Moonshine. Or Bootshine. Not Moonshine. And then you do Moonshine, it powers up the 3rd hit in the regular combo, whatever that's called. Snap Fist, I think. Then that powers up Moonshine. No, then that powers up the 1st hit of the shift combo. Doing that powers up Snap Fist again, but in a different way. It gives you a different buff. And then clearing that buff on the 3rd hit of the regular combo will power up Dragon Kick, which is the 3rd hit of the shift combo. And in that way, I think you can maintain the 6 different combos you rotate through. I think that works. It's a lot of buffs. Like a lot of unique buffs to code in for Monk, but I think it's doable. You need 1 for executing Dragon Kick normally that powers up Bootshine. 1 that when you execute that powers up Snap Fist. 1 for when you use Snap Fist in that way, it powers up the 1st hit of the shift combo. That has to power up Snap Fist again, but with a different buff, so that when you clear that one, it powers up the last hit of the 3rd of the snap combo, or the shift combo. Which is weird. And I can't imagine that's how they're gonna make it work. Because learning the class would become miserable. Because you would have to look at the buff that you get, hover over it, and go, it wants me to use this one next, unless it lights up in your hotbar, which maybe? But that's still bonkers. Fuck, man. I can't believe they reworked Monk again. Unbelievable. I understand why they changed it, because I do understand managing timers is something they're trying to move away from. Which I'm not against. But fuck me if they didn't pick, like, the most unclear way of doing that.
Change. And of course, with the change in the mechanics, the job HUD will also have additional elements to it. It might look kind of complicated at first glance, but
you're fucking telling me. Are you for real right now? Oh, hang on. Yeah, no shit, it looks kind of complicated. What is happening? So it's not... Okay, hang on. Hang on. I think I'm understanding. I think I get it. It's not upgrading when you're using perfect balance. It's that when... Okay, hang on. I'm fucking having a Jimmy Neutron brain blast right now. I think I understand. Okay, so Formless Fist. Then you do the charge up for the chakra. There's a Thunderclap. That's the regular... So this is your shift combo. And then it gives you 3 charges of each thing, and then you spend a charge when you use that move again. It changes that move. And that's... Okay, okay. And as long as you have charges, it changes the base move. Right? Because they use the move once, right? That's the second hit of the shift combo right there. That used to give you a buff, I think. That's Dragon Kick. That's the thing that buffed you, I'm pretty sure. And then this is the dragon thing that applied the dot to the enemy. And it gives you 2 charges of that stance for the second one, and 3 charges for the third hit. And then it looks like, based on how the first charge works, right? This is the first stance thing. It gives you a charge. That when they spam the move in perfect balance, normally it just does the regular move, but it gives you a sticker based on which one you use. And you either want 3 of the same or 3 different ones. And then they use it, which spends the charge to change the move, probably powering it up. Then they do a regular one again. And then they use the buffed version of it. Now I'm wondering if the shift combo will give you the charges, and then the regular combo spends them. Because if that's the case, then I think the specific combos will change, but you will still be moving in between combos to generate charges, to keep your buffs up. And this has the added benefit of upgrading the base combo for Monk without actually just straight up giving you new animations, right? Because if you use the regular, like, punch combo of Boot Shine, you fucked up, right? If you see that animation at level 100, you have screwed up. I think they might be cooking here. They haven't let me down with a rework yet, personally, but I'm pretty new. And this makes a lot of sense. This is actually kind of genius. Because your intended combo now is to do the shift combo and spend them in the regular combo, but you will have to move in between because the amount of charges you get for each stance is different. So you'll use Dragon Kick, then upgraded Boot Shine, whatever it's called, back and forth, right? So it's like Dragon Kick, Boot Shine, Dragon Kick, Boot Shine, Dragon Kick, Boot Shine. But the second one, you'll do shift second hit, third second hit, right? So you'll use the regular second hit twice, because it only spends 1 charge each time you use it. But it generates a full amount of charges on the shift combo. And then for the third stance, Oppo stance, I think. Was it Coral stance, Oppo stance, and what's the third one? I forget. Anyways, the third stance, you'll use the shift third hit, and then you'll do the regular third hit 3 times. So they've actually technically made it harder. Because if my math is correct in my head, you have gone from a common denominator of 6 combos, because you have 1 every 2 rotations and 1 every 3 that you have to keep up. And now you are on way more. Like, if I were to write this out, it would be... We'll use... So you'll start with X1 to X2. to X3. We'll use X to do the shift combo. Then you'll do regular 1, 2, 3. Then you'll do X1, 2, 3 into regular 1, X2, regular 3 into X1 into regular 2 into X3. Is Monk normally this complicated? They just made it that complicated. So no, it's not. It's brand new. And then you're into... I just want to see where it repeats X1, 2, 3. Then you're into regular 1, 2, 3. Then you're in X1, 1, 2, X2, regular 3. Oh my god. I'm gonna run out of fucking space. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're in a regular 1, 2, 3 again. I don't think you're playing Ghost of Tsushima today. I'm gonna get to at least some of it, but holy shit. I'm doing all the permutations because I want to know just how many unique combos there are before you reset. Because with base Monk currently, it's 6. On the 6th combo, you wrap around back to the first one. Right now, we're up to 8, and we haven't repeated shift 1, 2, 3 yet. So now we're in X1, regular 2, 1, 2, 3, X3 into 1, X2, 3. Oh my fucking god. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 10 combos and we haven't repeated yet. There's going to be the optimal combo as well. Well, this is the ultimate combo that or the optimal combo that I'm writing out. This is the one where you're recharging the buffs when you've run out of buffs. Or, like, stacks, charges, whatever. And then using the ones when they're upgraded. I'm assuming that you never want to recharge when you have a charge left over in your little thing. In your dots. Your charges. You never want to waste a charge. So the next one is X1. Oh, I'm gonna need a fucking another note. Then we're into X1, regular 2, regular 3 into regular 1, regular 2, regular 3, back to X1. Now we're in X2. We still haven't repeated X1, 2, 3 yet. I was thinking of the white and purple punch card stamps too. No. No, I am not. But that's just something you do every 30 or no, every 45 seconds? 40 seconds? I forget what the timer is. You just re-up that whenever your damage thing is, and then you just do them normally. Oh, wait, no, you're right. Because every time you activate Perfect Balance, you'll interrupt this combo with either three regular hits or 3 different ones. maybe that's how it wraps around. Is they expect you at some point to be doing, it'll be 3 level 1s. It'll be the boot shine. And then at some point you'll be doing 1 of each. Fuck, okay. So, okay. Hang on. When do you do perfect balance again? It's every 60 seconds? Or is it every 30? Hang on. I gotta look something up. Monk rotation. Where the fuck is the rotation? Openers, I guess? No. Basic guide? Uptime, positionals, yada yada. Where the fuck? Rotational choices. Lunar solar opener, double solar. We'll just do the basic one. So when do you do perfect balance? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, perfect balance. So it's every 3 combos? The recast timer is 40 seconds according to the wiki. 40 seconds? Fucking really? How do you fit that into a 2-minute burst? Perfect balance is also at the start of the red. It's on the chart twice. Is it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, so... Boot shine, perfect... Okay, no, that's right. I know this opener. I've done this. Then you do... Okay, so what's the rotation? Oh my fucking god. Right. Yeah, this is what you had to deal with this monk. Fucking Jesus. Give me the brain dead looping rotation. This is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, this is fucked. Oh, no, this is right. This is right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's 4, 5, 6. That's 2. 3, 4. And then your 5th one will be boot shine, perfect balance. Go into... Do 3 in perfect balance and then back to boot shine. Brain dead lol. Yeah, fucking Jesus. So you want to do every 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically every 4 combos you'll do a perfect balance. So if that's the case, then so we'll do PB every 4 combos. And when you do perfect balance, it's a reset, right? Because you end perfect balance with a formless fist, which just makes it so that everything counts as a combo. Sorry for throwing a wrench in your paper maths. No, it's okay. This is what we're here for. So we start with boot shine, true strike, demolish. Oh, interesting. I've been doing this wrong. I always start with shift 1, 2, 3. But they do 1, 2, shift 3, shift 1, shift 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, shift 1, shift 2, shift 3. Okay, so we'll use this. So 1, 2, x3 into... Oh, I can't use theirs because this is going to be different now. So I want... I guess we'll assume you're starting with shift 1, 2, 3. So we'll do x1, x2, x3 into 1, 2, 3 into x1, regular 2, regular 3 into 1, x2, 3. The second stamp card looks like one of the basic moves only has one slot for a stamp. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, right? Is the first move, on 1, only has one slot, so every time you spend that charge to upgrade your base move, you have to go back on the next combo to get your charge back, right? So it'd be X1 to start to boost it, and then it'd be 1 to spend it, X1 to charge it, 1 to spend it, back and forth. But on the other two, on 2, for example, you get 2 charges. So you do X2, 2, and then 2 again, and then you go to X2. And then with 3, it's X3, 3, 3, 3, X3, 3, 3, 3. So after 4 GCD combos, when you would start your perfect balance, you would have no charge. You can't boot shine again. So you would want to start with shift 1. Then you do regular 2, shift 3. Hang on. Let me see this again. What I want to know is... Yeah, you can see him building charges here at the start. So they start with X1. There's the charge. Here's X2. And here's X3. They go into perfect balance. There's regular 1, X1, regular 1, and then they spend that on the perfect balance finisher. Then they do stuff with Brotherhood. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. So they got a regular 1 without having a charge, and it was buffed because it was the scratchy animation. And then that's the big uppercut. That's the buffed regular 2, and here's the buffed regular 3. And then they spend it on Phantom Blitz because they have that's the finisher. So I'm thinking they did something in here, that's Brotherhood, that let them get a buffed regular move without having a charge. Right? Because by the time they leave perfect balance here, they have no charge. Right? That scratchy animation is the buffed 1. They do the finisher. They do something here, that's something, and then Brotherhood, and then they do a buffed 1. So you can get buffed moves somewhere else. It doesn't always have to be a charge. It's not Formless Fist, because we saw that already at the start here. That animation right there is Formless Fist. That means that makes it so you can use any of your moves and it counts as a combo. And then they start with shift 1 through 3 anyways. So there's another move that lets you get a buffed regular. For a second, I think they ate all their 3 at once. No, they didn't. They they spend only one of each charge at any point. So there's the regular one, shift one, yep, we know that. And then in this stage where you're trying to get 3 different stances stickers, they do regular one, what's a buffed one, buffed 2, spending a charge, buffed 3, spending a charge. And then they do the Phantom Blitz, which clears everything out of your perfect balance gauge. And then after, at this point, they don't use any basic attacks. They use the riddle moves and their follow-ups. The stuff at the bottom, the orange balls, those are your chakras, I think, and that's something that gets built up through something else. That'll just go up on its own. Hey Waffle, you took a shower? Are you still on Monk? Sure am. We've discovered that there's a way to do a buffed regular move without spending a charge, because they do it in this. I can show you exactly where they do it. Right here. One of these moves gives them a buff that lets them use a regular, a buffed regular hit without spending a charge, because they didn't have one going into this combo, and they still got it. So knowing that, I have no fucking idea how to do this math until I play it. Because there are more ways to do the buffed hit than spending a charge, which means that my math is worthless. There will be another ability that you have to weave in to make it so that your timers add up, or that your charges add up to a point where it's not horrible. Because if you do it just like basic math-wise, you're gonna get like 20 fucking combos. Like the common denominator between like 2, 3, and 4, like division-wise, is way out there. You're not worthless though, cutie. Thank you.
Should hopefully make it more.
I don't dislike this. I will say that it's fucking with everything that I got used to, which sucks. But
before, when you're just staring.
I mean, I think this is going to be super fun to learn and play.
You are kind of managing your timers.
And they talk about like they don't want people to be managing timers, and I kind of agree. I think managing timers is a super boring, like. I think to play, it's a very boring thing to have to keep up. It's really just do what they want you to do fast enough, and like don't fuck up.
Can accumulate up to a total of 10 chakra while Brotherhood is active, so that you can prevent chakra overflow.
Oh, so you can't overflow chakra now. Well, I guess you can if you really fuck up. But you can store up to 10 now. Oh, okay. Common denominator of 2, 3, and 4 is 12. Thank you. So you would have 12 combos. They literally doubled the amount you would have if you just go by basic timers, which is nuts.
That said,
like I said, they're avoiding overflow resources. Yeah, okay. I'm totally fine for that, because that's just like one less thing you have to worry about of like
depending on how much
constantly being aware of that.
If you can utilize all of your chakra that you have stacked, your potency can be enhanced. Like there will be an effect that will do that. So
okay, and they're saying like, hey, if you want to run the risk of overflow, and you want to like go up to that challenge, then you're just gonna get a potency buff. So you're gonna be stronger if you do that. That's cool. They fucking handed that to the raiders. Like, we're not just making this easier. We added a new thing for you to have to worry about. If you do what you've been doing already, you'll get rewarded for it. So that's cool. To reduce positional requirements for the single target combo, the 5th combo action has been changed to a new non-directional action, Drake's Bane. Fang and Claw and Wheeling Thrust will change to Drake's Bane, so input execution will remain the same. Oh, so they're just getting rid of
overdo the changing, but
Fang and Claw and Wheeling Thrust, and it's just the same finisher.
With,
all right,
like the business,
that's fine.
And also trying to work with the different positionals, and we tried to alleviate
positionals. They've slowly been working out of the game for a while now, so
as you do your rotation,
I'm not surprised.
Like that. So the first point says to reduce positional requirements for the single target action.
Yep. To facilitate maximum damage output at the beginning of a battle, Life of the Dragon will be available without accumulating dragon gauge.
流血発動するという変更を行っております。
And then also to facilitate maximum damage output at the beginning of a battle, Life of the Dragon will be available without accumulating Dragon Gauge.
So they're making the opener for Dragoon easier? By just giving it to you for free? Reduce the number of inputs during burst damage phases. Certain actions will be removed or adjusted.
During burst damage phases, certain actions will be removed or adjusted.
It's incredibly vague. That doesn't really tell me much. Whoops, I hit fucking 0. I didn't mean to hit that. I sent myself to the beginning of the fucking video.
But what we tried to do is to maintain that sort of play feel, but at the same time kind of streamline some of the pain points that we might have experienced. And so I do feel sorry for the people who had expected a larger change, but I hope you understand.
I mean, to be fair to the people who expected more, you said you were overhauling it, and this is not an overhaul. This is a, like, decent amount of changes, but it's nothing crazy. You got rid of 2 buttons in replace for 1, and you took some actions out. That's it.
Addition to the upper so there were also some addition to the upper tiers beyond Vorpal, Thrust, and Disembowel, and there's a lot of animation and new motions that are added with those, so those might be something to look out for.
まあ上位置き換えはね、やっぱ新しいアクションがレベル上がることで追加されて、強くてかっこいい技が増える。
With the level cap being raised and having new actions added because of that, like, you want to have like cool looking effects, I think.
100%. If by level 100 you still have parts of your play style or like your rotation that look bad and have bad animations, that's not good. Like everything by level 100 and 200 to 300 hours in should look rad. Looking at you, warrior base combo.
Was something that players may have used to sort of produce more output damage.
Alright, I mean, I'm gonna have to play Dragoon. And by play Dragoon, I mean actually level it up to level 90. To know what the hell they've changed, because those notes don't really tell me much. They're pretty vague still. Fucking called it. I didn't call it. I looked at the screen and noted something. They fucking got rid of Huton.
So you may have noticed this in the job action trailer video, but Huton, that has not gone away, but instead it has become a sort of trait.
Okay, so it's no longer something you have to actively manage, it's just something you get.
That enhancement where you're...
So it's like Grease Lightning, but for Ninja.
Is going to be constantly on.
So right at 100 makes you feel like you've earned it? Yeah, like, for sure. You hit triple digits, you gotta look rad as hell. Huton has been changed to an AoE attack which grants the effect of Hidden. That's useless. You can't use Hidden in battle.
And of course, with the Huton becoming more of a trait, of course, the windmill that you saw, goodbye windmill, RIP, but there will be another HUD element that kind of accommodates for the new additional element that we're including.
Yeah, you genuinely, like, there's no reason to use Huton then. It's a waste of a skill. The only good part about Hidden is that you use it when you're out of combat to reset your mood recharges. But you can't use an AoE attack if there's no fucking enemies.
Of Huton's effect will be adjusted in accordance with the above change.
Okay, so that's why they're changing Armor Crusher. Is because now it has no use if it's not extending the Huton timer. Unless they reworked hidden? Maybe. I could see that being the case. Because, I mean, hidden, as it is like mostly there for flavor. Right? Like, the only mechanical benefit of it is you can sneak through zones if you're trying to avoid mobs in there, which I don't think there's ever any reason to use. Like, there's no... I guess outside of some, like, super niche cases. And when you gain hidden, or when you use hide, it resets your mood recharges, which I think is even not connected to the hidden effect. It's on the hide ability. It resets your mood recharges to full, and it also gives you hidden. So they would have to rework hidden to make this usable, right? Because if you can't gain hidden in combat, you can't, like, you know, at least currently, if you try to proc, if you're being attacked and targeted by a mob, and you try to hide, it just won't do anything. Might make you untargetable now for the target everyone mechanics? You mean for like a raid-wide damage thing? Probably not. That would break certain mechanics, I'm fairly certain. Hidden. Yeah, they would have to rechange it, and I don't know what they would change it to. I can't think of how this could possibly be useful. Target people with the AoE pink circles? Yeah, that would break mechanics. If you just didn't get hit by one of those. Because certain ones of those will drop things on that AoE that become mechanically like usable. I don't think there's any situation where someone can just outright avoid damage and it not break encounters. Like, the only way to do that is invulnerability, and even then, it's not that you're breaking targeting, you're just avoiding the damage. And invulnerability is a hell of a thing to give to a DPS. It's a skill to know when to use it. I mean, even then, you still have to have an enemy to target, right? Because it's an AoE around the enemy. So, if you want to use it defensively, there has to be an enemy for you to target, otherwise it won't work. Unless they also change hide to give you the same effect, but still. Yeah, I just don't see any way that they haven't just made Huton obsolete. Like, they gave it an AoE, like, they changed it to an AoE damage ability, and I just don't understand how it's going to be used when Katon is right there. Like, what situations would you use Huton over Katon? Because the hidden effect as it currently works isn't usable in combat. So either they rework hidden, or... No, they would have to rework hidden. That's the only thing that could make it so that only sometimes Huton is better. Being OGCD Huton because it's a trait now? No, it's linked to your mudras. So it's... Huton was activated the same way as all your other mudras, which is you have 3 buttons, and certain combos of buttons will give you certain moves. And Huton was just one of the combos. But the effect is, instead of now it's giving you a reduction to your GCD timer, it's now just an AoE damage skill. That's all they've changed. Your reduction to GCD time is now just a trait that you get, and it's always active. Like Monk's Grease Lightning. Yeah, I have no idea how this is going to work. Either hidden is different, or no one's ever going to use Huton again. Unless they're literally about to say what the fuck they're changing. Nope, they're changing to Samurai, never mind.
まず1つ目、力
To simplify recast management, Tsubame Geishu will be changed to be executable. Oh, so they're just making it an extender to your Yaijutsu. Okay.
So first point says to simplify recast management.
So they're just getting rid of a button. That's nice. Samurai has a lot of those. Okay, all your basic Iaijutsu stuff is getting upgraded. Cool. That pretty much it for Samurai?
Next is Reaper.
Yep, alright. Plentiful Harvest's effect will no longer increase the shroud gauge by 50, and instead will allow... Oh, okay, so this is the overflow thing. Got it. Samurai's just the melee caster? Kinda. I still think that their decision to reduce the amount of time Iaijutsu takes is the wrong direction they should have taken Samurai in. I think it should have taken longer but done more damage. I actively dislike that it's a short cast time.
Another one is a new action that can be executed while enshrouded will be added.
Okay, so Enshrouded now has a finisher on top of the finisher. It's that button that every samurai main misses? Oh, Kaiten? Everybody bitches and moans about Kaiten?
Very minor, maybe, yeah, a smaller...
Which I still think is fucking such a baby thing to be mad about. Oh, they're talking about Harp.
Yeah, a smaller update would be enhance Harp. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, but if you have enhanced Harp, the Hell's Ingress.
Hell's Ingress.
アクション名の読み方が難しい
ね。
はず。
Guards force.
Back and forth, yes.
Hell's Ingress.
What the fuck about Hell's Ingress?
Hell's Ingress. Hell's Ingress and
Ingress.
Hell's Egress.
Egress.
Ingress and Ilgress.
Okay, please, YouTube, cooperate with me here. So funny if Yoshi put it in the slide, but he just said, yeah, it's not coming back. That would be hilarious.
これはね、
I would love that.
だってさ、アクション数全部ちなみに僕一個単語かつ出るのっていうフォローさ。
すいません。
Yoshida-san just all the actions, weapon names, and then beside terms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Thanks, Amy.
vamping about action names, but I want to hear what they're talking about for the mechanic.
とかも入ってたりする。そうね。
All of the terms in several languages.
続いては
As
サイズがやばい。
it's very
Yoshi sounds like the kind of guy who would do that. He wouldn't actively piss people off.
In several languages.
He knows full well that people got their fucking panties in a bunch when they took out Kaiten. He's not gonna kick that hornet's nest again.
と思うん。
He's just gonna let it go. Alright, I have no fucking idea what they were talking about with Harp and Hell's Ingress. I have no idea what the change was, but whatever.
説明しようとお手洗いとか行きません？皆さん。
I'm not gonna listen to their full 10-minute thing of them talking about the names.
もうだって。
1時間後
From what I can tell, it's just they changed it somehow.
That's right.
ここさんの
Considerate of the players watching.
紹介したいもん。
そうね。
This is their break they're taking, I guess.
And
何
plus,
分
yeah, if we want
普通の
to
休
show it
憩を
off
今
on
取りま
game.
す。
Okay.
バイパーですね。
さあ、バイパーから
Going to jump back in.
こちら
Viper. If Lucy shifts between dual blade and double bladed strikes and their various combos and abilities. Incredibly vague, doesn't tell me anything.
タイプでよってこのスキル伝えしねこれ
Just it's descriptive, but you can't. It's hard to tell sometimes. So, where
Yep.
these
You have two swords and they turn into a sword staff. That's cool. Similar total number of actions as other jobs, with designs so that fewer actions need to be set on the hotbar.
っていうのが
Okay, so they've got a lot of button swapping.
仕組みが今回入ってます
Fine by me.
ご覧いただきボティだと変わって
Is that all they say for Viper?
全く
Oh, they're showing it off. I might not actually get to go to Tsushima tonight. I didn't think this would be this in depth, but Boy, they changed a lot.
The mountains
Beautiful
are
mountains.
very pretty.
See? Yoshi P plays Alala. I'm objectively correct in playing a Lalafell. I want you to know that everyone who doesn't is wrong.
The costume
That's you out there. I'm talking directly to you.
Yoshida's appearance at the fan festival.
Alright. I want to see how this works. Waiting for them to pick it up. That job gauge is wild.
We're not in the almighty god mode.
I'm gonna
type
full
A,
screen
so
for this.
there's
I'm
full
covering their
screen
delightful
of
faces, I'm
the
sorry.
media tour.
Actually, I'll move it to the right so you can see what they're... You can see the devs.
ウェポンスキルだけお見せしますね。
Okay, so first let us look at the dual.
Why are you pointing at the screen?
まあ実際には
Because
混ぜていくので
people give Lalafells a hard time, and I want you to know that the guy who runs the show plays a Lalafell, so shut up.
So of course,
God
with
damn
the
it.
actual combo.
I don't play a Lalafell because I'm already 2 feet tall. Fair.
Weave in between the different actions and weapon skills, but just showing off what.
Okay, here we go.
5.
Oh god, what the fuck?
これが基本だと
He's got 3 buffs! I'll play Lala because I like playing characters I want to fuck. I can't follow you for that.
Especially the ones
Have you heard
that
about
say
Stellar
4
Blade?
and 5. Row 2,
I'm sorry.
bars.
And this might be crazy for me to think, but is Viper built around a 1-2 combo and not a 1-2-3 combo? Because that is insane if that's the case. Let me pay very close attention here. He does 4. It changes the buttons for 4 and 5 into completely different ones. Then he does 5, which changes 4 again. And 5. Oh god. Oh no. I say oh no, this sounds rad as fuck, but holy shit. So I think you have 2 attack buttons, and when you pick one of them, it changes both of them, so it's a combo tree. It's like Monk, but different. Very similar design-wise, I think. That's sick as hell. Let me keep watching. And then he also gets an off GCD like combo ender.
基本だと思ってる。アクションが置き換わってる。
God, this MST is good.
And you may be able to see that the actions are automatically replaced with the next.
I like that he's pointing to it.
はい、変わってますね。Yeah, it changes.
I think that's exactly what's happening, because I noticed in this one he does 4 twice. Oh wait, why doesn't the other one change? Because the first time he did it... Oh, Jesus, God, help me, please.
Bars, especially the ones that say 4 and 5.
He hits 4, both 4 and 5 change. He hits 5, both 4 and 5 change again. Then he hits 4. He's getting buffs. He gets a red buff here. I think this changes how, when he hits 4 the second time, 5 doesn't light up.
基本だと思ってる。アクションが
Okay, I get it. So it's almost a combo of Monk and Reaper,
You may be able to see that the
where doing one combo gives you a buff that will determine the next combo you do, and then when you do that one, it switches you to another buff that makes you do the other combo. It's Meeper. Yeah. It's Meeper.
Actions are
I like
automatically
Meeper.
replaced with the next
Because, yeah, he gets that. He has a green, like, and yellow buff now. It's at, like, 17 seconds on the left. And then he's going to do... He hits 4, and only 4 changes. And then now it changes to a blue one.
これが二刀流ってやつ。
So this is the dual blade.
で、合体
Oh!
スキル
That buff determines what...
Next is the double
Whether you're in
blade.
double sword or in dual blade mode. Like twin swords or... Oh, Jesus Christ. So many other things happened immediately.
double dual
So wait, hang on. So by default, you're in dual blade stance, right?
って基本だと思ってる。
Nope, you're not. Okay, so... Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
row 2 of the hotbars, especially the ones that say 4 and 5.
So he does 1 attack. He's still in twin blade mode. Or double swords. God, these animations are sick. He's still in double swords.
これが基本だと
Still in double swords.
アクションが置き換わってるの多分わかりますよ。
Now he's in twin blade
You may
mode.
be able to see that
置き換わってるの基本だと思ってる。アクションが
Or sword staff mode. We'll call it sword staff because that makes more sense.
and you may be able to see that the actions are automatically replaced with the next
はい、変わってますね。Yeah, it changes.
Fuck
こ
me.
れが二刀流
This looks so cool to play, but I have no fucking idea what's happening.
dual blade.
で、合体剣ウェポンスキルを使い
So
ます。
next is the double blade weapon skill.
Call it twin blade because that's what we were called in Dark Souls 2. That makes sense. I call it sword staff because I think of like saber staff.
今のこの下段に並んでるのが最初から
God damn, this is gonna be
させて
crazy to play.
していくウェポンスキル。
So the actions that are assigned to that bottom row, row 1, are the
There's gonna be a lot of
double
looking at your
blade,
hotbar with this
weapon
class.
skills.
I can already tell.
で、こうやって攻撃を繰り返していくとですね、
I'm getting
が溜まっていきます。
Dancer vibes of pay attention to what
So of
lights
course,
up.
As you continuously execute your different skills, the gauge will accumulate.
で、このゲージを消費して、このそれおろしっていう必殺状態に入る。
I'm assuming his 9 that has the number 9 in his hotbar that has a little 50 on the bottom one is the super mode.
You go into a boosted mode called Reawaken.
で、その状態に入ると、合体
Okay, hope they add audio cues for when Dancer gets its procs. It would help so much. They do have that, but it's only if it hits max. For like, for gauges. That would be nice, though. That would help a lot. Come on, YouTube. Work with me here.
アビリティがガシガシ
Yeah, I mean, that's the same with every class. It has that, like, baked-in sound.
And so once you have that,
But I do agree with you. That actually would be nice.
Reawaken mode,
Because you
can
have a lot of
execute
procs with
the
Dancer.
double-bladed
I would love them to do that with, like, all the
weapons.
procs, though.
ちょっとやってみます。
Just audio cues.
We're gonna try some of them out.
Wow.
That's so cool. That's so rad. Based on what I'm seeing, it looks like it's that super mode is basically Jesus, what the fuck? Did someone on the dev team play PGR and get Crimson Weave? Because I just saw like a sword wave combo.
で、こういう感じで、
Someone on the dev team a PGR fan? Because hell yeah. That was I had a thought.
So because
I'm gonna try and find it again.
actions
Right,
are
it was the super mode. The super mode basically works like
hotbar,
Gunbreaker's Gnashing Fang combo. from what I can tell. If I go back to it here, you can see he's got the GCD timer, and then his control 4 lights up for a follow-up. So it looks like it's a lot of weaving in that, which is perfectly cool. And then all this shit happens, and I kind of lost track. I don't even know what happened here, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, you get 5 charges, which you have to spend in a right amount of time, and then just everything pops off and it goes completely insane. He also went back into Awakened mode there, but had no gauge. Is that a level 90 thing where you just get to do it an extra time? Oh, it was a fucking combo action that he triggered. Oh yeah, it says 120-second cooldown. It just lets him go back into it. Okay. Same as plenty of other classes. Dude, everyone is going to be playing this when Dawntrail launches, and I do not fucking blame them. Because it looks fucking amazing. Yeah, they made a melee DPS into a ranged DPS on crack. This looks so fucking fun to play, and so good. I'm gonna suck at this class so bad.
The actions are automatically
Well, actually,
on the hotbar.
I mean, no, I feel like if I can figure out Monk, I can figure out this. I figured out Monk and Reaper, and this is just both of them at the same time.
Skills and abilities that are being unleashed.
That's so rad.
But I think you might be able to get a feel of just how quickly we're moving.
I still don't understand the job gauge, because there's like 5 or 6 different things that are on there.
Damage output kind of.
There's like your gauge, then you have 5 charges, then you have 3 charges, then you have 2 swords, both of which have 2 sections, and they can both glow a different color. I think one of them can be glowing at a time, and then they can both glow both blue and red. That's 7.
It is pretty fast paced, and you've got
Love it. I'm gonna
fucking
fucking suck so bad.
So I think as you are going through your skill,
Love how mobile you can be with it. Yeah, it looks super mobile,
exhilarating, and so I'm
which is
hoping
super
that,
cool.
Players would enjoy that aspect.
I have always kind of felt that like melee being locked purely to melee does kind of stifle some of the class design. It'd be nice if you had some kind of like Paladin, where like you have some parts of your rotation or phases where like you can go ranged if you want. If you're like in the middle of dodging mechanics, you can like shift into a ranged phase if you like time it right. I don't know. Still gonna level Pictomancer first? Probably. Well, actually, I'll probably level this first, because my heart belongs to Summoner when it comes to magic.
Once you have
But maybe.
activated Reawaken,
I'm gonna level both of them
kind of
realistically,
in
let's
that
be honest.
burst mode,
I think of the two, this one looks more cool to me, but I still also really want to play Pictomancer.
Or sorry, the cooldown is 2 seconds, but you need to execute your different sort of
Yeah, this is super cool. I'm gonna have to watch a fucking breakdown of like what they're saying here.
for convenience sake. But if you play through the Job Quest series, you'll understand the naming behind the Reawaken.
You want to drop penises everywhere?
So.
It's the graffiti class. There's nothing more human than drawing a dick on a wall.
Says Sore Oroshi. Sounds very similar to Soken, but not Soken.
I mean, it's really this burst phase, like this super mode, that I just adore. I love super modes in anything I can get them in. Like fucking shows, games, anything, doesn't matter. Super modes, I've loved them ever since I've been a fan of, like, ever since I first saw Dragon Ball Z for the first time. I've loved them. So I just love that we get another class with a super mode, and it's a really, really cool looking super mode.
So, there's not much to say about it because it's quite straightforward. But
Oh,
basically,
fuck
like,
off. It's
at
not
some stages of it, I
straightforward.
think
Eat
it's
my
best to
ass.
just follow
Yoshi
which
P.
which icons kind of light up
Straightforward.
between the double blade and the dual blade abilities.
こっち側で光ってるやつは
Sick as hell, though.
範囲用なので
なるほど。
範囲攻撃用なのでだから範囲ゼロからやり
And of course, the ones on the right-hand side are more for your AoE attacks. Of course, some of the combos, it doesn't require to do it, but like say for example, you're in an instance dungeon, and once you kind of like have your tank pulled up all the mobs kind of together, you can go from that sort of single target double blade.
I also think this has a
dual
GCD
blade weapon skills to switch
time
over
buff.
to the AoE dual blade abilities.
It's got that little clock buff that they keep getting, which I think makes their GCD cooldown lower. And Black Mage getting a super mode with 0 cooldown or something? I mean, you've kind of
さっきもちょっとお話ししたように
described triple cast.
いや割とまあ
Not really.
順じゃんに見えるぞ
That would be wild,
ア
though.
クションというかボタンも少ない
It's very straightforward. Just drink 3 cups of coffee and 5 Red Bulls before you play. Yeah.
ちょっとお話ししたように
Let me just shoot up before I do my dailies.
よだめ火だめアップ
I'm super excited to play this because
おおむね3つの
it looks really rad, but also
でこう
what I'm seeing design-wise looks very interesting as well.
To buffing actions which do not attack enemies.
Let's go through the range DPS stuff.
不良をレベル90台で
Face roll and win, yeah.
Updates that
We'll see how accurate that is, or if you have to be very specific with what you hit. Second one's getting stronger. Damage reduction. Oh, the shields are going up. Okay, cool. Same deal as the tanks.
Which do not attack enemies.
Right, you talked about this before. Pitch Perfect will be changed to an AoE attack for ease of use in encounters with multiple enemies. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm gonna speed through this because range DPS is the role I care about the least, and I feel like had the least amount of changes.
Next is
安くなる調整とレベルアップに伴う
Right, this is the thing you talked about before. Reduce gauge overflow.
more, and then the second one is
A new trait which accumulates charges for drill will be
charges for the
added.
drill will be added.
Oh, so it's not just on a
お前え何
straight cooldown to get charges for it? Okay, cool. Drill's more bursty.
The upper tier actions added for Heat Blast, Gauss Round, and Ricochet with the level cap being raised.
ます
And of course, you've got the upper tier actions added for Heat Blast, Gauss Round, and
Called it.
Ricochet with the level.
They absolutely upgraded the
さて
the charged
戻るからさらにこう追加
charge skills on Machinist.
本当にメインになってます
new action to be executed after
So
Flourish
with
will
the
be
answer
added.
to
Okay,
just
cool. Flourish gets a finisher.
So the first point is, of course, as written, and then
Technical finish gets a finisher. Okay,
すぐ
dope. All right.
からです
Swift cast will be reduced to 40 seconds in the 90s level range. Ooh,
レベル90
that's gonna change a lot of rotations.
40秒に短縮
I already never used Swift cast
will
on
be reduced to 4
Magic
seconds
DPS. I
in the
should
90s
if
level
I was good at the game, but I'm not, so I don't.
相当いろいろ組み込みやすくなる
That's cool though.
を15秒に延長する強化が入ります
Right, Edel's getting up to 15 seconds.
こちらです
So the biggest major update.
Oh, this is a good change.
This.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't do this beforehand, but this makes a lot of sense.
リングで回復するっていう
Now, instead of changing your passive MP regen rate when you're in Ice Phase, in
So
Umbral
the
Ice,
restoration of MP,
it is the execution of ice spells that gives you a set amount of mana. That makes a lot of sense, because it was always a weird timer
やっ
thing.
ぱりこれ最後まで
Yeah, Swift cast is the thing that makes the next cast instant.
まあものすごく他のジョブがロー
That's actually a really smart change.
変
actions that are, and we
化でできるというアクション
New action. Right, we saw this, and I fucking lost my mind. Yep.
you
Repossessioning ley lines, what a concept.
but I think it kind of makes you have to think about where you want to, or like the.
That's nice if you get screwed over by like popping a ley line down and then immediately putting an AoE there. You're far less punished, which happens a lot when you play Black Mage. Summoner, Solar Bahamut. Wild.
Okay, so summoner, and so you may have noticed in the
Yeah, Black Mage,
video,
mains everywhere,
that
painting the
Solar
underside of their
Bahamut
desks right now.
is a new summon akin to Bahamut and Phoenix, which will be added.
Ley lines increase the speed of your GCD while you're in them. So it's basically your burst phase for Black Mage. But the second you step out of the ley line, it goes away.
So there were rumblings about how the current Bahamut looks something along the lines of what you may, what the Allegan Empire might have described Bahamut is, and perhaps this might not be its true form. So that was kind of the thinking behind bringing in another Bahamut with a different appearance.
That's cool. Okay. It looks weird because it was the Allegans who made it. All right. Yeah, you get a buff for pitching a tent. Exactly. A new action that being executed after Searing Light. Oh, there was a Searing Light finisher now.
Searing Light would be added. So basically, after the party buff,
I really like how they're adding finishers to your party buffs for a lot of classes. Because I feel like, and when I started the game, I fell under this because I was not used to MMOs. I didn't realize that I should be using my party buff at all, right? I was just like, oh, it's 120 seconds, I'm not going to use it unless I need it. And with this, you're directly incentivized to use it because you get a big nuke. This is really, like, incredibly smart design. It's teaching the player that they should be using their buffs by giving them a toy to play with when they do.
Bahamut, Solar Bahamut again, and then Phoenix.
Wait, what the fuck did they just say?
Updated based on that. Your skill rotations will, of course, be updated based on that.
Did they just say that Solar Bahamut exists in addition to regular Bahamut?
Specifically speaking, you'd be summoning Solar Bahamut, then Bahamut, Solar Bahamut again, and then Phoenix.
Why? So you get Phoenix, what, every 5 minutes? Yeah, dangling the keys so the babies play with the buttons, exactly.
And then also, topic of hot debate, perhaps, is the resurrection.
Watch the video after you summon Solar Bahamut. The gauge changes to the Bahamut gauge. Oh. Weird. Why would it be an additional Bahamut? Should just be an upgrade. It does all the same shit, it just has a different look.
And so with the updates that we are applying for this upcoming expansion was focused on how to streamline these different actions for the different jobs, or how to make it smoother and more.
Should be funny, silly? Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Much heated debate. We will be keeping Resurrection throughout 7.0 and 7.x.
Yes! Don't take my res away! It bails people out, it's super nice. So yeah, that's so fucking weird. What, does someone on the dev team hate Phoenix and you just never want to see it? That is what she said, right?
Perhaps your skill rotations will, specifically speaking, you'd be summoning Solar Bahamut, then Bahamut, Solar Bahamut again, and then Phoenix.
So, okay, so
そして皆さんが気にされている
Solar Bahamut, regular Bahamut, Solar Bahamut,
蘇
Phoenix.
生魔法リザレク
So they just made Solar Bahamut your main
結果をお伝えしようと思います
summon, and then
And then also, topic of
okay,
base,
no,
perhaps,
I
is,
see. I think where they're going with that.
Resurrection.
All the shit's just a different look. Back in my day, we call that a free DLC.
まあ純粋
Welcome to the world of MMOs, baby.
で向上まっすぐ
I hope you're not here like waiting for me to play Ghost of Tsushima because we're 45 minutes left into the stream and I don't think I'm gonna play it tonight.
7.X シリーズでは残すことにしました
I didn't realize this was gonna spark such a huge discussion.
And so with
I was, but I gave up.
that we are applying
Yeah,
for
we'll
this
play it on
focus
Tuesday,
on,
or we'll play it tomorrow.
how to streamline these different actions for the different jobs, or how to make it smoother and more
Yeah, sorry
flexible
folks for
players. And so after much
we're not playing
tedious
Tsushima
debate,
today, but
we
I wanted to
will
talk
be
about this on stream and
Resurrection
I did not expect it to
throughout
take this
7.0 and 7.x.
this long. Yeah, Monk really threw me off.
前半でも
I still don't entirely know how that's gonna shake out.
してるってお話を軽くしましたけど
And you weren't going to after the first hour of you watching the class trailer? Yeah.
個性をさらに出していく
I thought I would just watch it and then be like, oh, okay, here's the cool, you know, here's some stuff that's changed, here's the new
急に
shit.
ってわけではない
Cool, we'll talk about this for a little bit and then play Ghost of Tsushima. And then I found out that they were reworking
シリーズ中は
like several classes
判断しました
pretty heavily. And I was like, oh,
That
great.
said, I did briefly mention about how discussions for the
So I guess with
next
Solar Bahamut, what they expect you to do is that's the one where you pop Searing Light.
started,
So that's your
and we were
burst
discussing about
phase
how to bring out the
summon.
individuality
As
of
you
the
pop
different
Solar
jobs.
Bahamut, and then regular Bahamut and Phoenix are like your off.
We might have this discussion,
off
and
burst
Resurrection
summons.
might be removed
Still weird.
from the
Like
skill
Bahamut
set
should
of
just
the
be
summoner, but,
Solar Bahamut should just be an upgrade to regular Bahamut. You don't need to have both.
throughout the 7.0
I feel like,
series,
but
we will keep it in,
whatever.
its
Regular Bahamut's still cool, I guess. So I guess I can keep him.
さあ召喚師以上で続い
At the
て
point where the more I analyze, the more confused I get.
Next
Kinda,
is
yeah.
the Red Mage.
They're being pretty vague with some of these changes.
まあ基本的には
Oh, we know about this. Manification, that's what it's called.
まあ特にねマナコンボ
Doesn't just give you raw gauge.
Black and
宝剣コンボなんですけどこちらも単体コンボと同じく消費
Thank
単
God.
体コンボに
The AoE combo for Red Mage now consumes the same amount of mana as the single target one. God, I hated that. It was 60 for the AoE before. It was always annoying, and I hated it.
Enchanted swordplate combo beginning with
They're a class that builds into the summoner job. Yes, Arcanist. It builds into both Scholar and Summoner. Scholar and Summoner share a level. It's very weird.
The single target and AoE was
Thank God they're finally changing this with Red Mage, because that shit pissed me off from day one.
We made the adjustments there.
そうなんですよねただ
So
エンボルデンアップで
there will be an additional action, an attack ability. Include
たりはします
and then some minor changes include whenever embolden is executed, there will be an additional action, an attack ability.
Oh, Emboldened is getting a
さ
finisher?
あでは既存遠隔魔法
Okay,
スペースキャスター
sure. More finishers.
で
Once again, another thing where they want you to use the party buffs because now they give you a damage button.
よろしいでしょうか
So I think we
Genius.
covered the existing magical ranged DPS.
Tremendously well thought out.
Answer.
はい、お願いします。
Getting dumbasses like me to hit the fucking button.
からです
Okay, so some characteristics of the Pictomancer.
Okay, renders them a life. I still don't know how the fuck this works. Let's see. Capable of granting buffs to
And of
party and
course,
self. Yay, party support.
Pictomancer is also capable of granting buffs
Love it.
to the party. AF gear for the Pictomancer.
And so there's the artifact gear they're showing off.
まあ使うアクションとして
Alright, I want to see them play.
Has pom pom, weapon, and landscape, respectively. So pom pom does the creature,
Hang on. They're explaining it.
so you see in the hotbar, control 8, control 9, and control 0 has pom pom, weapon, and landscape, respectively. So pom pom does the creature, The hammer, of course, creates the weapon, and then landscape is, well, landscape.
書きますね。
Okay, so we're gonna start to
ポンポ
これ
ン。
create
今
our
映像がないので一瞬で書きましたけど、ここに
So you,
描かれたの分かりますね。
of course, we're not engaged in combat right now, so you didn't see cast time, and it was instant. But as you can see on the far left, we see the creature motif.
で続いては武器の絵を描きます。
Next, we will do a weapon motif.
書かれましたね。
And there it is.
And did anything in the hotbar change after
Next,
that?
we will do a weapon motif.
Not that I saw.
書かれましたね。
Oh no, Control 5 changes. Okay.
書かれましたね。
And there it is.
で最後
So I'm assuming Control 6 is gonna change when they hit landscape.
Next is
Okay,
a
yes.
landscape.
今の状態はまあ非戦闘状態なので今のように走りながらでも別に描いたりとかできるので非戦闘中に
And then, so of course, right now we're outside of combat, so it's instant. And then even if you're moving around, you can
Take it off, Waffle. See you later. Have a good
create
night.
your motifs.
まずこの3種類あるんだというのだけ一旦覚えておいてください。
So as a first step, let's remember that there are these 3 different motifs.
先にお伝えしやすい絵とは切り離された魔法の説明をしたいと思います。
So before we go into how these motifs come into play, let us explain the different magic, let's see, ether hue elements of the Pictomancer
The
in
what?
combat.
で魔法には
Pardon me?
置き換えが行われていて
Ether Q?
コンボのような概念があります。
So with the ether hue,
Ether
the
hue.
icon will be automatically replaced with the next step in the combo route. So it's kind of like a
Oh.
skill rotation combo.
キャストします。
Oh, interesting. So they get a combo. It just automatically replaces your
See
button.
that it's been automatically replaced.
I'm assuming 8 is the AoE version of it.
この同系
Okay, so they just collated the 1, 2, 3 combo instead of having it be different buttons.
この魔法を、まあ、光に近いかな色を使っていくと
Okay, I'm not against that.
1個ゲージがたま増えたように白いインクが使えるようになりました。
God, this OST is
So
good.
with
I
the
love this
ether
song
hue
already.
combo, once it's related to colors basically, or maybe like light might be a close concept too. But as you can see in that palette gauge, you can now see that you have white color available.
なんかちょいちょい吉田のマイクが遠いって言われるな。
Sorry, I'm just adjusting Yoshida's mic really
あ
quickly.
の PC なんでってなるのね操作しようとするとちょっと机からその遠ざかるんだよな。
マイクと整体しなくなる。
マイクを引っ張るか。
Sorry.
でそうなるとここにあるホワイトホーリーこいつを1個消化して、栄唱のない魔法が使えるようになるんですからね。
あ
So you can utilize that one of the charges on that palette gauge to execute an instant sort of
Okay.
action spell.
Makes sense. Got an off
こ
GCD
れありますね。
thing that costs a charge to use.
これが弱めの
You get one every time you complete your combo.
So this is a less powerful but relatively quick to cast magic spell.
Okay.
で
In what situation are... I guess you just build up 5 gauges or 5 charges and then you sling them all out during your...
So in addition to the
first
palette
phase?
gauge, you see
Yeah.
like a rainbow kind of gauge
Yeah, there's your other gauge.
これ
charge, 50 charge off of that rainbow gauge. You can activate subtractive palette, which basically kind of flips over the palette, kind of changes the element of your ether hue.
これを使うと今度は
Oh.
色の属性をさっき白系だったのを栄唱は長いけど強力な魔法を 称しながら
Interesting.
さらに強力なこうブラックコメットみたいな、さっきのホワイトホーリーでし
So you spend 50 of your gauge and it changes
た。
your
今度は
base
色の属性を
combo.
系だった
I think it supercharges it for 3. Yeah, okay, so you get one combo that's better.
魔法を称しながらさらに強力な
One combo rotation of better, and then
こうブラックコメットみ
oh,
たいな
it gets a little like a meteor. That's cool. And then it gives you a
So
charge of a different color.
earlier we utilized the white color to cast Holy in white with the subtracted palette, and you change the elements of the ether hue. Your different sort of ether hue spells will expand. Of course,
Interesting
it's a
how
little bit
similar
longer, but they are
design-wise
a bit more
Pictomancer and
powerful. So you
Viper are.
saw, like,
Because from a core perspective, they're the same.
Comet in black.
You have
and things
two
like that.
buttons. You use one
するためには魔法だけの説明をしたんだけど
several times, and it will change the other. Your combo is between two buttons
貯めてゲージを
for both Pictomancer and
強力な魔法を使っていく。
Viper.
普段は召喚
Very interesting. I like that they're starting to think outside the 1, 2, 3
溜ま
box.
ったら切り替える。これが
Because that has been pretty much every class, except for healers, which have
So
one.
this is just the ether hue thing.
I very much like that they're starting to branch out on the
So,
basic
as you can see,
concepts
the
of
movements
class
is,
design
you
they've
try to
established so far.
accumulate your palette gauge and your rainbow gauge so that you
I'm
can
wondering if there's
utilize
other
the
ways to
charges
get
are
that rainbow
accumulated,
gauge beyond just
to
your basic
unleash
combo.
more powerful ether hue spells.
あとは
I think they might have just said that while I was
絵の
yapping.
に行く前にまあ他のサブ系のアクションだけ説明しちゃいますけど
And then before we jump into the motifs and the different pictomancy, I also wanted to go over some of the.
It's got a dash? That's cool.
sub-actions.
まあ向いている方向へ
God, song slaps.
加速移動する
Can't wait for this OSD to come out.
っていうのがあります。
So there is an action that will allow for you to move quickly towards the direction you're facing.
Cool. Hey, you know what that's like? Isla Kaleido from PGR. Are
And
we?
then you see an enhancement.
Are we sure
For a short period of time, your movement
that someone on the
speed
dev
will
team isn't playing PGR?
意外と長距離移動しますので
Both new classes have a lot of stuff that's similar. Not that I'm complaining, once
ヘ
again.
リには
Fucking love PGR.
So you can travel a pretty good distance with this.
It also
action,
gives
so
you a
be
buff, which
careful
is
when you get to
interesting.
The edge, so that you don't fall off of the platform.
I wonder what that buff does. If it makes something instant, maybe. Like Reaper.
あとは範囲攻撃だったりっていうところがもう当然標準装備されているのでここから絵を使ったアクションの説明に入ろうと思います。
And then on the top row of the hotbar, those are some of your AoE attacks. So we're going to
Yep, like I thought.
skip detailed in.
It's basically the
detailed
exact
explanation
same
on that.
thing
So
you've
we're
seen,
gonna go
except now it
into
damages
the
multiple
motif
enemies
and
at once.
Pictomancy.
これね横に並んでるから横にこの
Nothing
効
too
果を使ってい
crazy.
く
This
イメ
looks
ージが
pretty simple so far, but they haven't got into the whole canvas thing yet.
なんとなく今までのジョブのイメージ他のジョブのイメージからすると
So with these actions, because it looks like it's side by side, it might make you think that well, it's something that you utilize with the 3 in a row.
この3つの絵はそれぞれ独立したないです。
That said, although they are next to each other, they are individual like motifs that you can utilize. So they're not necessarily connected to each other.
まず生物の絵この一番
I think I'm gonna like this class because it looks very similar to Summoner.
Okay,
It's
so
just
we'll
like
start with
Summoner,
the
but instead of having a set
motif
rotation, you
on the
choose,
left.
like, you can just burst everything all at once
ポンポンの絵を
instead of having to do one at a time.
この絵をまず具現化するっていうアクションがこれです。イマジンポンポン。
So let's start with the creature motif. You have created the motif, but then you need to render it in order to actually execute this as an attack.
じゃあイマジンポンポン使う
Japanese is pretty silly.
使うと
Japanese is pretty silly.
え
All right.
ですかアニさん
I assume they're talking about pom pom and how it's
イマジン
weird.
調べてイマジンポンポンじゃないのか
コメントでお前は何を言っているんだ。
Hi. The Japanese literally sounds like imagine a pom pom, but the English, I believe, is living muse.
全然違った。
Thank you, Koji Fox.
Hi. So we're going to render this as an attack.
文字通りポンポンがむしり取られて上から落ちていくんですね
We see a whole bunch of Moogle pom poms, probably torn off of some poor Moogle's head, pouring
Good,
down onto
fuck 'em.
enemies.
落ちてきましたよ
Did
ね
the symbol change? It's not a pom pom anymore. Now it's a
さっき
batwing.
のこうキャンバス見てほしいんですけど書かれていた絵が
So there's like combo actions, but they're almost off GCD, right?
The white square, because we have rendered the motif into an attack, canvas is now blank.
で
And they have charges as well. Ooh, this is gonna be really hard to time
足に
out
戻ったので次にまた生物の絵を描くんですけどさっきもうポンポンの絵は
because the creature motif has 3 charges, the weapons motif has 2, and landscape only has 1.
So canvas is blank.
But trying to
but
fit
you can still continue
everything
to
into your
draw,
burst phase is gonna be a little
creature
complicated.
motif. This time it will be the wing motif will become available.
描きますね
So we shall create the motif.
はい。
でキャンパスに描かれます
And as you can see, it is now on our canvas
Was that a GCD that he did?
motif.
It is. Okay.
でキャンパスに
Very interesting.
描かれます
And as you can see, it
で今度はなってます
moves as an attack. So with this, now we can render the wings as an attack.
で同じようにさっきポンポンを具現化したので羽を具現化します
So these are wings, and so we're going to render the wing.
Okay.
はいこれ
And
で
Mr. Moogle has popped up.
ポンポンと羽を描いたのでこれによって呼びましたかと
確か
So
にア
with
ピー
the
ルしてます
palm and the wings, you see a little Moogle up there. You rang.
Yeah, someone's
No,
appealing.
we have,
そう
yeah, palm and the wings. That's
モーグリ
two major parts of a Moogle.
を召喚するっていうアクションがモーグリの絵が完成したっていうイメージ
so it's almost like monk as well.
With that, we can now render a full Moogle.
で
Where depending on which actions you use in what order will give you different finishers.
おおちゃんとモーグリストームというレーザーをぶっ放してくれた
And so with the Moogle showing up, it's going to unleash its oh,
That's
volleys.
really interesting.
I love the English name.
さらに今度は爪の絵が描けるので爪の絵を描きます
All right, let me get the other
Next, we
creature
will
one.
draw a picture of a claw.
で爪を具現化します
And then we're going to render this claw as an attack.
ほう
Okay.
でさらに今度は
No combo there.
描けるようになったので
Actually, this is closer to ninja than it is monk.
So now a set of fangs become available.
Jeez, there's a
So
lot of-
we will
a
depict
lot of
that
these
as our
motifs.
motif,
そしてさらに牙を具現化します
And then render it as an attack.
これによって全ての
And now there's an angry whatever the fuck that is.
マディーンが
So now the canvas goes blank, and then there were symbols above the canvas, but we were able to fill the slots there. So we have yet another creature that was summoned, the Medine.
So I guess when you fill all 3 slots,
わあ、なるほど。
then you also get a finisher. So there's a finisher based on what combo you use, and there's also a finisher once you fill the whole thing up.
Powerful strike.
これがですね、
Very interesting.
一番左の生物の絵を描く。
That is a lot of combos.
So that was
Eat your heart out, Ninja Mains.
Creature motifs kind of go through its cycle. 吉田さんごめんなさい。1個英語の訳を訂正させてください。
はい。
さっきのイマジンポンポンのターミノロジーが
So there's 4 different creature motifs.
So I'm sorry, I made a mistake when I was mentioning the Imagine Pom Pom move. It is not Living Muse, it was Palm Muse.
All right.
いやでまあ
No. Oops.
もまあ間違った。
We'll on to the weapon motif.
ここですね。さっきピクトウェポン。
So I'm assuming weapon motif is kind of the same thing. I just wonder if there's a reason to mix which ones you call.
Going to render that as an attack.
Okay, and that unlocks access to the big beater. Cool. Now, does that give you stamps at the top? Oh, it's a range combo. Okay. It does not.
So
Okay.
With the weapon motif, this is more like a combo with a very short, if not instant cast. Your hammer combo, almost like a triple cast.
Do the same one every time?
そろそろボスが激しい攻撃してくるぞってなったら、具現化して、
Yes, okay.
アクションにこう敵のアクションに対応しながら、これで火力。
So that is a very, that's a thing you want to have locked, like, loaded in the back, so that if you have to move around and you can't get, if you don't have time to cast, then you just pop the hammer to keep your DPS up.
Go in and deal continuous damage. You can unleash your hammer combo.
Okay, I see the use
so
for that.
You're continuously outputting damage.
Very handy for those mechanics where you just have to run circles around a boss while he just shoots in a line, which was always annoying as a caster. Well, as a summoner, it wasn't too bad, because summoner has like no cast bars. But anything that did, pain in the ass.
The depiction for your party buffs.
実行します。
Oh, and landscape is your party buffs. Okay, that's cool.
はい、このまあ別にもっと広い範囲に。
Oh, is this just poor man's astrologian field or whatever? I think it might be. Oh, no, okay. It's got a
But you can also utilize it for attacks.
it's got a nuke at the end of it because they've added one to every party buff to get you to fucking use them.
こちらをですね。
They were thinking of me when they made these abilities. Great. Love it.
説明した最初の魔法、まあ、無影称で使えたり 5キャストまで無影称で使えたりするので
There was also
さっきの
a number of charges
こ
they
ちらをですね
they got here. I think that
さっきの説明した最初の魔法
yes, that gave them a free use of the subtractive palette.
5キャストまで
So that's another way to get that without just spending without just doing your basic combo.
The landscape motif and the buff that you can apply to the party will allow for your ether hue, the magics that we explained earlier with the different colors in the palette, to be cast without the longer cast time. So if you want to say going into a battle and starting off with like a damage burst in the beginning of a battle, that might be a way to
Shit.
place your buff there and start off your battle with optimal damage output.
Right. So it's a party buff which they expected to use as part of your opener, and because it's expected to be part of your opener, it lets you access the high damage of your alternate combo.
手に馴染んでるわけじゃないんで
Good. They seem to be thinking with openers in mind when they're doing some of this stuff, because
Different from the other
some classes had some really cursed openers for a while. I'm glad they're thinking about that.
Apologies, it's still getting used to how it moves around, but let me show you some examples of how a skill rotation might look like.
All right, now he's just gonna go off. I don't know what the fuck this is. They didn't explain this one. I'm assuming... Was that 6? And that gave a bunch of stuff. Did you fuck up immediately?
Oh, or you forgot.
Look, he's handling a lot. Cut the man some slack. And that becomes instant when he uses what? I don't know what. I like that there's a lot of mobility and like, but there's still a lot of cast times. It's just like structured in a way where you have to think about it and you can't just get it like Summoner does. I love Summoner, but it's easy as fucking anything to play. It's very much for babies. I do love it, but I know what I'm playing. So where this is like a little more complicated, where you can get around.
So at first glance, it might look like there's a lot of
Needing to cast often, but there's
kind of weaving in different,
you got to know what you're doing.
movements,
It looks cool though. It looks so non-standard that I'm very interested. Very much looking forward to playing that. All right, let's take a look at the healers. Swift cast also getting reduced for them. Cool. Cool. They're getting a dash for a tether. That's neat. New AoE attack, which can be executed up to 3 times after Presence of Mind will be added. Gonna be honest, don't know what Presence of Mind is. Does anybody in chat know? Because I don't.
With Presence of Mind,
I still haven't leveled White Mage up past level 70.
There will be an AoE attack action that can be executed up to 3 times. So in addition to the different healing actions that will be added as the...
I mean, more stuff for healers to do outside of healing is nice.
There ones to note.
Okay, Scholar Seraphism. New action which changes the caster's appearance and enhances healing magics will be added.
So I did see some people buzzing about this while we were playing the...
Wait, what? Did I miss this? Oh, son of a bitch, I did miss it. Hang on, they're gonna do it soon here. Huh. So Scholar gets a super mode. Okay. I'm not against that. That's kind of fucking cool. Super mode healer is quite the concept. Alright. Presence of Mind is cast time and auto attack reduction of 20%, speeder casting. Oh, okay. I don't remember that, but I believe you.
The video, but there's going to be a new action that will change.
That's really cool. Okay.
Yeah, you will be able to see this in the job action trailer that we have pushed live. So the second point reads, a new AoE attack that can be executed after chain stratagem.
Once again, adding a finisher to the party buff. Smart, smart, smart. It's a level 30 skill? Yeah, that tracks.
And with this
I am
daily attack
not
after chain
a
strike
huge fan of White Mage, so I
this
just kind of got it up to
superpower
level 70 and then
where
dropped
will
it.
do damage over time.
So it's I barely know anything about how White Mage works, but I think I know what ability you're talking about.
Raised level cap. So Astrologian is next, and this one has had some changes that were applied.
Card system will no longer be random and will instead simultaneously draw offensive, defensive, and curative effects. Oh.
Okay, so the first point reads, the card system will no longer be random and will instead
I think White Mage, that's just because it's the only job I've leveled. Yeah, I mean, it's still a fun class. Don't get me wrong, I just like every other class more. Well, not every other class. Dark Knight sucks. But I'm also not like a huge fan of healing. I don't hate it, but I prefer the other roles. I'm a DPS man. Or tank. I like tank too.
So right now,
so it looks like by drawing, you're basically getting a charge for an offensive buff, a defensive buff, like maybe a shield, and then just like a targeted heal.
And so with this update,
so the one leveling stage right now, I've leveled everything else. I have to.
Into two different groups with 4 cards each, and so every 60 seconds, you will be able to pull one pull from one group in order, one 4 cards. Sorry, we can. Sorry. We can do one group at a time, so 4 cards at the same time.
That's 1 card short of being able to assemble Exodia. Can't wait for the next expansion after Dawntrail where they add a 5th card and there's like a 1% chance to just break the game and instantly win. But can I play Dryden and just stall out my enemies by waiting for them to die of old age?
But that said, so all of the
every 60 seconds a minute per pull? Yeah, that sounds like what it is.
Increased damage dealt.
I think currently it's 30 seconds per pull, but it's only 1 card.
Certain cards, and then everything else in that set of 4 cards will either be offensive or curative. So every 60 seconds, you'll be able to draw a set of 4 cards. And then with those 4 cards, you'll pick out like which ones to use depending on your situation.
Okay, so that's a lot more simple than Astrologian is currently. It's basically every 60 seconds you get 3 charges, 1 for offensive, 1 for defensive, and 1 for healing.
So because each individual
and they're getting rid of Astrodyne. Okay.
Their own effect.
That could be boring. It could be good. It's hard to tell based on that change. I'll have to play it to know. But I'm optimistic. Astrologian playing Triple Triad over here, yeah.
A set of 4 cards and included, just to recap, so you'll draw a set of 4 cards and included in that 4 cards would be something like increased damage, and then defensive, and then curative effect. And within the next 60 seconds, before you draw another set of cards, you will utilize those 4 cards according to where they would be best utilized.
Right. So instead of every 20 or 30 seconds having to target a party member and pop a buff on them, you have to do it anytime over 60 seconds.
Stack number for Essential Dignity.
Oh, Essential Dignity is getting another charge, I think? I don't remember what that ability is, to be perfectly honest, but that's fine.
Changes with the Astrologian. So as you can see, there were some major changes with the Astrologian, but we really wanted to focus in on the aspect of utilizing the cards in their appropriate situations. And there were feedback about how we can do away with the randomness of the cards that are being drawn. So we have
I agree with that.
Element of it.
I actually liked Astrologian a lot, but I do agree that it was not a super well designed class. Where whatever every time you drew a card, you had to know just intrinsically where to put that card. And it really wasn't explained where, except unless you look over the buff, and you just had to memorize it. And all you got out of that was just somebody gets a 2% buff, and you get a sticker. And then eventually, when you're trying to get 3 stickers, most of the time you get 2. Unless you're really unlucky, unless you get, and then you get 1. And it was a really high APM that didn't feel super
the element of randomness
worth it.
We do see people saying that,
what I mean?
No, we would rather have the cards be random, because it's very unique to the Astrologian. But also, we do have a large amount of people objecting that sort of randomness as well.
Yeah, if you don't have it random, then you can basically make it so that
maybe it's best
every time you draw a card, you can strategize because you know what you're getting.
Very difficult, and so we're
and
trying to figure this
in that
out
way,
as well.
the devs can basically give you specific effects on those cards if they know what they're giving you, right? If it's random, but you're getting better effects on each card, there's a chance that you'll just get screwed over, which is not good design. Like, people don't like getting screwed over by RNG.
But that said,
You don't want to
with
bake
this
that into a
update,
class.
we are kind of, again,
So as a result, they were sort of forced to
focusing on
softball
utilizing
the effects of the cards, and it
draw,
just kind of felt bad.
Depending on the situation most appropriate, and so that's the element of sort of play that we put
So
in.
I think I like this change. Like I said, we'll see how it plays, but I'm for it so far.
It would be great if you can kind of take to our forums to comment on your feedback.
Yeah, if you're mad, don't bother posting on Reddit. They don't read the Reddit threads. They read the Screenix forums. You want to complain, go over there. That's where they listen. Eucrasia will now enhance Dicrasia 2 into Eucrasian Dicrasia, an AoE attack which deals damage over time to enemies within range. Oh, so there's an AoE dot now. Great. Love it. I've been leveling Sage, and I was like, man, I wish I could apply a dot to everything at once instead of having to do it one by one. That sucks. And AoE Cardia, okay. Also good. I'm assuming it's not permanent like regular Cardia. Yeah, that's exactly what she's saying. Okay.
Different PvE actions.
I don't give a fuck about PvP, so we can close the video there. Okay, so I'm pretty positive about everything I'm seeing here. I really don't have anything I super disliked. The change to Summoner for Solar Bahamut not being a strict upgrade is weird. It's not bad. I just don't understand it. I don't understand the design philosophy behind that. I guess they wanted to make one thing specifically stronger than everything else, and you would get it effectively every 120 seconds to fit in like the 2-minute burst window that they wanna keep everybody in. I guess. Pretty positive about Monk 2. I think so. It's still a weird... It's going to be something that I have to play. I do think it's better than the way Monk was before. Because trying to keep up 2 different timers with different durations, it kind of gets you into a bit of a rhythm with Monk, but I don't think mechanically it was super fun to interact with. Because the second your rotation got thrown off, you were just boned. You would basically just be like, all right, well, I'll just reset. Unless you know specifically, like, you could work out in your head where you should be at rotation-wise. So it was very, like, error-prone. It was not something that had a lot of buffers for mistakes. Which, of course, you know, the high-end tier of players will complain that The devs are making the game too easy, yada yada yada. Fuck them. I don't care what they have to say. I'm all for these changes. Those people vastly overestimate their importance in the game's ecology, I guess. Okay, yeah. Very interested to try out all the stuff in Dawntrail. Games should be made to enjoy by the masses, not the few. Yes. And not from like a moralistic or like, you know, idealistic stance. It's they kind of have to be made that way because games are designed to make money. And if you make them for a small audience, you better hope that your dev costs are down, because otherwise your company goes out of business and everybody loses their job. That's why everyone's trying to tap into that global market. Games should stop listening to esports players. Hard agree. Unless you're like a fighting game, in which case like that's your only audience, because casuals don't really get into fighting games. It's not what they're built for. In which case, yeah, go for it. Listen to your sweats. They're the one playing the game. But for something like MMOs, don't listen to them. Don't listen to the raiders. Well, I mean, listen to them, but be aware that they're not where all the money is. Except Smash Bros, yeah. Yeah, and stop listening to Sony. Hey, did you read the news that Square Enix is I believe the quote was aggressively pursuing a multi-platform strategy? Because I think they saw what happened to FF16 and they were like, fuck exclusivity. We stand to make way more money by releasing on PC at the same time. And you know what? About fucking time. Yeah, and Rebirth? Yeah. The new FF7 remake. That one too. They finally clued in that, hey, guess what? Sony can't pay them enough to keep them off other platforms. It's not worth it. R2, yeah, Remake 2. That's honestly makes sense. I knew which one you're talking about. I just couldn't remember the actual name. Yeah, so about fucking time. Hopefully that means 16 is coming to PC, I don't know, this year. That'd be nice. Still banking on September. I don't know for sure, but I hope. Yeah, R3 will be R3, whatever the R is. This looks super cool. I'm so stoked to try out Viper. The shit Viper can do is so cool. Like a bunch of AoE stuff. The melee combos are super fluid and fast. Oh yeah, I think like timed exclusivity is still bad. Like, I don't think companies benefit very much from timed exclusivity. It's better than just strict exclusivity, but I think companies overall are just better off releasing at the same time. Capcom figured that out. Because if you do timed exclusivity, you have to do 2 marketing pushes, and marketing is really expensive. So, oh god, I just think this is so rad. It's so cool. Anyways, whereas like, yeah, if you release at the same time, you only have to do 1 marketing push and you make more money because you're releasing on multiple platforms. And it generates goodwill. Nobody likes exclusivity. Nobody does. The only people who like it are the companies. And marketing is getting more into the hands of social media than it used to be. So it's very important. You all know FF7 Remake 3 will have a complete version with all 3 games, right? Oh, for sure. They already did that with the base remake. They jacked up the price and included Intergrade. So, absolutely they're going to have a complete version, and it's going to be like $200 US. Knowing my luck. Gotta take out a fucking loan to play it. But yeah, good stuff. Hopefully that means Square Enix can make something off of outside of just FF14 now. $800 for the collector's edition? Yeah, all told, probably. So you White Mage have a mitigation? Maybe. I think they get one. I don't remember. I'm very interested to try out Monk. I also just appreciate they finally upgraded the base skills, even though they did it in kind of a weird way. But it's an interesting way. So I'll take it. I am sad they got rid of the Kamehameha. I do think that that was a misstep. But it's fine. That's a minor gripe. Yeah, that kicking animation, I don't know what that is. That's not a follow-up, is it? That's Forbidden Chakra. That animation looks familiar. I'm wondering if I maybe fucked that up. I don't remember. There's also, like, the gauge, entire gauge glows. I'm covering it up with my face, but I want to see what that is. FF7 Remake 2 at a dual pack with 1 and 2 for $70. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, we'll see at the end of the day. But I would love to see Square Enix being able to just make good shit and make money off of it. What a concept. Bought the dual pack despite owning the original remake and the DLC, partially because I had left over $10 in my PSN wallet and got a digital copy of the remake. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna buy the second remake, because I do own the base game, the first remake and Integrate. I got like the bundle pack, so I guess I'll just buy Rebirth straight up and do that. I guess I don't know. I still don't know when I'm gonna play the remake. I was thinking of doing it this year, and now I'm not so sure. But we'll see. But yeah, this job action trail, I didn't expect it to talk about it for 4 hours, but we're here. So we will play Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow then. Apologies for anyone who was here hoping that they would see it. But hey, that just means we get a full day of Tsushima. Which, that's good. No, nothing to distract us. I'm waiting for FF7 Remake to be completely on PC before buying it. That's fair. I just didn't want to do that because I knew I was going to stream it, so I didn't want to have to buy all of it once and then space out playing it. Even though it's probably what I'm going to end up doing anyways. That was my thought process of, I'll buy the remake and then I'll play it before the new one comes out. Didn't happen. But I think we'll wrap up the stream here, folks, because it is 12 o'clock. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks to everyone who was in chat today. Lightning, Doppel, Waffle, Arsai, Toaster. And everybody else who's had out today. We appreciate you. Sprout as well. And we appreciate everybody who was lurking. Yes, like I said, we'll be back here tomorrow for Ghost of Tsushima. Once again, sorry I didn't play it today, but we were having a good conversation. I was having fun trying to analyze this. So, I'm happy, and if you're not, too bad. Let's see where we're dropping you off tonight, shall we? Let me go over here. You don't see all my porn tabs open. I can just close this. Of course you gotta update, Firefox, you always do. Every time I close you. Why? I don't know, but you do. Who's online? I think, PBG is online. Yeah, he's playing some Elden Ring. Yeah, we haven't rated PBG in a bit. Let's go say hi. I think he's still doing his level 1 run craziness. Considering he's running around without any armor on, that's my guess. I don't know that for sure, but... yeah. That'll be it for me. You can go ahead and check out the other people I stream with right here. And you can go ahead and join the Discord if you haven't already for stuff like stream alerts and getting in contact with me and the community. And we will see you tomorrow for Ghost of Tsushima. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good night, and we will see you then. Bye-bye.